Aw, yeah. Big Daddy Show, baby. You got something for it? You got something, spark it up. Big Daddy's live, baby. Greatest motherfucking show on YouTube. Except no motherfucking substance. Oh yeah. Got a lot to fucking talk about tonight. A lot of ranting, a lot of raving. We may even sing a song or two. You know how we do. It's been a long time. Should have left that adult stream step to. Oh yeah. Sipping on a little moonshine tonight. Some spearmint shine. It's gonna be one of those fucking streams. Anytime Big Daddy gets lit, you know it's gonna be fucking lit. Let's pour ourselves a little something, shall we? This gonna be a chill stream. Talk about the issues of the day. Talk about ideas, events, people. Giving the most dialed in motherfucking hot takes on the internet. Big Daddy Show. I even busted out the Ouija board. We may summon a spirit tonight. We'll see. Yeah, I'll bust the Ouija board out later on. If you want to see Big Daddy summon a spirit, you won't have to stick around. Yeah, last time I busted out the Ouija board, I summoned the spirit of Testify HD himself. Getting raped by a fucking doom goat in hell. That was a hell of a stream. Yeah, I hear there's some sort of war going on in the Middle East right now. Middle Eastern world, it is exploding. Violence flaring, bullets loading. Old enough to kill, but not for voting. Don't believe in war, but what's that gun you're toting? But you're telling me over and over and over again, my friend. Don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. Don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. Welcome to the show, baby. Oh yeah. All right, let's get it fucking started, shall we? Oh yeah. Boom. Had to knock back a shot real quick. Ah yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get fucking lit tonight. Rant and rave. Maybe we'll put on a good show. It could be an absolute catastrophe too. Who knows? We'll see. We'll fucking see. Yeah, Middle East, Israel versus Hamas. I hear that's been popping off. I've been trying not to pay attention though, because I know there's going to be a lot of propaganda going on. Yeah, some sort of like propaganda kung fu, dead baby fu Each side throwing dead babies at each other. Look at this dead baby. Look at that dead baby. Jesus fucking Christ. What can you do? What can you do? They've been trying to bring peace to the Middle East for fucking years. Probably never going to happen. Yeah, one side's going to have to leave. It's going to be the only way you're going to achieve the peace over there. A lot of people don't understand that whole situation. They just kind of hear it as a background noise. It's kind of a complicated situation, really. You have to go back thousands of years to fully explain the whole story. Yeah. It was the Jews' homeland, supposedly, back in the day. But why isn't it their homeland anymore? And why did it have to be given back to them, so to speak? That's the question. Like, what happened to the Jews? Did they get driven out of their land? Yeah, kinda. Yeah, I guess the most devastating thing that ever happened to them since the Holocaust, probably a couple thousand years ago, the second uprising, the Bar Kokhba rebellion, it was called. A certain Jew warrior by the name of Bar Kokhba decided to rally the Jewish people together and throw off the yoke of oppression from their Roman occupiers. And during the time, the Jews, they outnumbered the Romans that were in their land at the time. So what they did was Bar Kokhba got the people together, and they went around and started slaughtering all of the Romans. Man, woman, and child, killed them all, drove them out of the land of Judea. And once the Romans were driven out, the Jews celebrated by creating their own coins again. Like, yeah, we got our own coins again. So they minted their own freshly made currency. Well, anyway, Emperor Hadrian of Rome, once he heard about what these Jews had done, how they had revolted, how they had killed his people, I guess he had became just overcome with an inconsolable rage. And what he did was he personally led over 12 legions to fucking the land of Judea with one fucking thing in mind: to kill every last fucking Jew he could come across. And that's what they did. Emperor Hadrian and his legions systematically put the sword to village after village, town after town. And when the smoke cleared and the dust settled, officially it was close to 600,000 Jews, unofficially closer to 1 million. But it forever changed the landscape there, altered the maps. Yep. It used to be called Judea, but after Hadrian got done fucking just wiping them off the fucking map, he had the maps changed to Syria, Palestine. Palestina, officially, named after the Jews' ancient enemies, the Philistines. Emperor Hadrian didn't fuck around. He was a man who knew what was best in life. That's for fucking sure. Yep. Well, he was also a notorious sodomite too, but then again, that was Rome, such is the way. They say with Roman emperors, when it comes to their degeneracy, they're either like one of the greatest emperors or one of the worst. It's just the way it goes. Yep. Emperor Hadrian was a man who knew what was best in life. That's for fucking sure. Do you know what is best in life? Do you know what is best in life? Listen to the words of the Father, and I will tell you what is best in life. Daddy never take no crap. Daddy with a big dick slap. Daddy what best in life. Crushing a me's breath. Dancing with a devil in the day, like day and night. Tell me now, what is best tonight?
this world. Living my soul of pain, crushing in this world. Dancing with the devil in the rain. My mind, crushing in this world. Feeling my soul a spark, crushing in this world. Dancing with the devil in the dark. Daddy never take no crap. Daddy with the big slap. Daddy with a pimp slap hand. Daddy be the back door man. Yo, what is best in life? Crush your enemies. What is best in life? Crush your enemies. Crush your enemies. Daddy never take no crap. Daddy with the big dick slap. Daddy with the best in life. Crush enemies on sight. Yo.
Yep, that's right. Emperor Hadrian knew what was best in life. Crush your enemies. Crush your enemies. Yeah, anyway, the Jews would not know a massacre like that until another couple thousand years, until the Holocaust. Yeah, but anyway, that was just the beginning of how the nation of Israel was founded. Well, that was actually the official story behind the nation of Palestine, how that was created officially. Emperor Hadrian slaughtering the Jews and turning the land of Judea into Syria, Palestine. Forever altered the fucking Middle East. Yep. Arnie said it best. Yeah, well, anyway, what happened was during World War I, when that was all popping off, this was how the nation of Israel, the seeds first started. Started with a little thing called the Balfour Declaration. Britain decided to meddle, get their fucking hands involved. The Balfour Declaration. And what happened was there was a very prominent British diplomat at the time. I forget what it was exactly. Kind of like the British version of the Secretary of State. Arthur Balfour was his name. He spoke on behalf of the Crown. He was basically the Queen's representative. Anyway, Arthur Balfour wrote a letter. And he wrote a letter and sent this letter to the most prominent Zionist at the time in Britain. Now, Zionists and Zionism, that's the kind of the concept that Israel should have its own homeland or whatever. Anyway, the leader of the British Zionists at the time was a man by the name of Walter Rothschild. Anyway, the Balfour Declaration was a letter that formally endorsed Zionism. After that, Zionism became part of British foreign policy. Arthur Balfour said, yeah, we believe that the Jews should have their own homeland in Palestine. I mean, it doesn't seem like much, but it kind of had a butterfly effect, so to speak. And anyway, several years later, what happened was Britain ended up taking over Palestine, became one of their little territories, because Britain did that kind of shit. You know, they went around, they conquered little areas, and they became their colonies. Britain once was fucking. I mean, they were once the top dogs of the world, basically. Boy, it's hard to see how the mighty have fallen. You know, they say that that Britain became the world's leading sailors because of their women and their food. So saith the legends. Yeah, but anyway, after World War II, what happened was Britain. They say that it was the United Nations that gave away Israel. No, it was Britain. Well, I mean, Britain basically gave Israel the green light, or the Jews the green light to create the nation of Israel. Like, you know what? This nation of Palestine is we're going to give it to you guys now. And it's like, was it really yours to begin with? I mean, you kind of swooped in there during the chaos post World War I and just kind of took it over. And the Ottoman Empire had kind of crumbled apart. Yeah, the Balfour Declaration. That's when it started. When Britain decided to give away a country that didn't belong to it to another group of people. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of when I was a little kid in kindergarten in the lunchroom. A kid sitting next to me hands me a fruit pie. He's like, "Here, you want to eat this fruit pie?" And I'm like, "Oh, hell yeah, I'll eat a fruit pie." So I started eating the fruit pie. And then this other kid out of nowhere comes up. He's like, "Oh my God, I'm telling." And then the teacher comes up, gets the teacher, and is like, "Why you steal his fruit pie?" I'm like, "He gave it to me." And then talking about the other kid. So the teacher realized what was going on. There was some subterfuge, so she got real mad at the other kid or whatever. And well, I got to eat the fruit pie. But basically, it's like, that was the same situation. You had one dude giving away land that didn't belong to him to another group of people, which the land didn't belong to. Then all of a sudden, we got what we going on today. Yeah, originally they had a whole list of countries in mind to go have the Israelis have their new homeland or whatever, but they decided to have it in their ancient homeland or whatever, place where Hadrian had killed them all, the ancient land of Judea. Yeah, I think we could have saved all of this trouble and brought peace to the Middle East by just simply having the Jews have a different homeland somewhere else, somewhere where they're not going to, go in and take over land where other people already live. Maybe Antarctica, we'll have them hang out there. Ain't going to cause no trouble. Now, what they really could do is create a series of man-made archipelagos and have them connected via bridges, and go stick them way out in the middle of the ocean. That one area that's the farthest away from all other land masses. Go stick them out there, where they won't be able to cause no trouble. There you go. Yeah, Israel versus Palestine. Yeah, I think it might be a good thing in the end, though, because now everybody's forgotten about the Ukraine. Like, oh no, like Ukraine, what's that? The American people have the fucking attention spans of goldfish. Yep, the same way that the Ukraine war kind of took everybody's mind off of the Kuf, and now Israel Palestine gonna take everybody's mind off the Ukraine. Now we got an out at least. Now we don't got to fund them no more. Nobody cares anymore. Well, I hear that we can't fund them actually because there's some shit going on in Congress. Like it's all deadlocked. They decided to get rid of the Speaker of the House or some shit. I don't know exactly what's going on, but they can't pass any sort of resolutions, get any fucking money sent anywhere or whatever. They can't fund their proxy wars. Boo hoo. Yeah, last thing you want to do is give the Ukrainians a bunch of weapons and money, and then all of a sudden have those weapons you gave them fall into the hands of Hamas terrorists. Yeah, you see this war in Israel, and you wonder, like, why is Hamas armed with M4s? Why in the fuck are they armed with M4s? And you find out, oh shit, it looks like a lot of that weapons that we sent to the Ukraine somehow made its way to Hamas. Yeah, the Ukrainians are so fucking corrupt. I guess they were selling the weapons to Hamas. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah, in case anybody missed how that all started, I guess Hamas, they attacked a music festival. Yeah, there was a music festival, a bunch of like they were Israelis who were pro-Palestine, I guess, and they were having a peace festival, but they got attacked by terrorists. And there was like there's been reports of rape, apparently. Oh yeah, the media is really playing up the rape angle. They're raping the women. Like, really? Like, well, they just assume, because they're terrorists, and they killed the babies too, I guess. Yep. Like, show me proof of these dead babies exactly. Israel's like, oh, you're just gonna have to take our word for it. Like when Hamas got to those babies, and did the doors that protecting the babies, were they made of wood? Did Hamas have to break the wooden doors to go get to the babies, I wonder? Because if you're going to protect your babies, seems like you want to use nice, thick steel doors with good steel locks. That way Hamas terrorists can't break in and kill your baby. I mean, just imagine if you had a whole group of people, like, you know, and the only thing preventing them from getting into a room to kill that baby was a wooden door. Eventually, they're going to hurl themselves at that door until that fucking door busts open, and they're going to get that baby. Yep. Wooden doors. If you want to really protect your baby, you need the steel doors. Yeah, those wooden doors wouldn't be able to stop an entire group of people if they really, really wanted to get through that door. Let's put it that way. If you can read between the lines of what I'm saying. Yeah, the bottom line is I don't trust any fucking propaganda I hear from anywhere. They were showing a crispy dead baby, and somebody ran it through a fucking AI, whatever, and it's like, oh, it looks like this is an AI image. Like, yeah. COINTELPRO, counterintelligence program. This was a real thing that we ran way back in the day. Don't think it's not still going on, or variations of it. COINTELPRO. Yes, when the United States government decided to infiltrate all of the various institutions that they thought could possibly be a threat to it, or any sort of institution of power and influence. Yep. The media, academia, all sorts of any sort of group that you think might be legit, and you look at who runs that group and you really scratch the surface, you find out they have ties to alphabet agencies almost always. And you find out the entire group has been set up for that purpose as a honey trap, aka the Proud Boys and groups of that ilk. Yeah, COINTELPRO was a real thing. Counterintelligence program. It was a massive program running psychological operations against the American people. Yeah, don't think that Israel doesn't do the same fucking thing. Yeah, but the bottom line is they're fucking carpet bombing shit, and you see they're turning Gaza into a smoking crater, I guess. Yeah, I hear that the Taliban, freshly armed with all of that American weaponry, has offered to come to the aid of Hamas and the Palestinians if the other Arab countries will allow them free passage. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Lord of the Rings, the Battle of Helm's Deep, when I'm talking about the movie version, the Peter Jackson version, when the Lothlorien elves came to the aid of men. Like, wait a minute, that didn't happen in the book. Yeah, but it was actually my favorite part in the entire trilogy, when the elves from Lothlorien came to the aid of the men in Helm's Deep. A lot of the Tolkien purists hated that, but it was actually my favorite scene. Just because it was out of left field, and like, I've read those books so many times and shit, and you think that the movies are going to follow the books, and all of a sudden they fucking throw you a curveball, and it was just so epic. These elves decided to sacrifice their lives to try to help mankind against the fucking horde of Uruk-hai. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of the Taliban getting ready to march to come to the aid of Hamas. The metaphorical Lothlorien elves of their time coming to the Battle of Helm's Deep. Yeah, hearing all that shit kind of reminds me of the Battle of Fallujah. Yeah, the Battle of Fallujah was one of the most intense battles of Iraq. Yeah, there was this town in Iraq called Fallujah. At the height of the war, there's a bunch of shit popping off, and we decided to launch a massive offensive against Fallujah. And we gave the warning, all the women and children out of the city. Anybody left in the city is going to be killed. Anyway, we gave them a warning, and all the women and children filed out, and all the fucking men that wanted to, they knew it was going to be a fight to the death, and it was. Fucking door-to-door sweep, every fucking house in the goddamn city. And it was a hell of a firefight. Yeah, it came down to one final battle in one final building. They called it Hell House. It was this massive building made of concrete. No matter how much they shelled it, they couldn't fucking destroy it because it was made of concrete. It was just a massive fucking just labyrinthian honeycombed lair is what it was. Yeah, what happened was Chechens came to the aid of the Iraqis. Yeah, war fighters from Chechnya. Yeah, they've been fighting the Russians for years over there. Mujahideen, holy warriors. Yeah, but these motherfuckers, they were badass. Anyway, they held out with the last Iraqis in Hell House. And it got to the point where it was too dangerous to go into Hell House. So the Americans, they were left with no choice. They used white phosphorus, completely gassed Hell House, killed everybody inside of it. Now, technically, they broke Geneva Conventions when they did that because that's chemical warfare, using white phosphorus. Anybody who's seen what white phosphorus can do to a fucking body knows that's about the worst fucking way a human can die. Death by white phosphorus. Yeah, that's what it took. We had to break the fucking rules to fucking take them down, basically. Yeah, but the bottom line is what I'm saying. White phosphorus, Israel regularly uses white phosphorus rockets against the Palestinians. They have absolutely no qualms about it. They regularly do it. Yeah, that shit just kind of drifts and you breathe it in. Like, yeah, that shit can fuck up. You talk about collateral damage. It's chemical warfare is what it is. But, if you're a high-ranking Western nation, you can get away with that kind of shit, I guess. They're terrorists, after all. Boom. Yeah. Sometimes in the fog of war, things aren't always black and white. They're just a massive mottled shade of gray, if you know what I mean. Yeah, speaking of Israel and all that, I hear that one of the Epstein witnesses mysteriously died. Mysteriously. Accidental overdose. I guess she was just on the cusp of starting her life with her new husband and all that. She decides to kill herself. Really? You fucking evil bastards. They know that that time is blown over to where they can now get away with doing that kind of shit. Like, it's just gonna be back page fucking story on Washington Post. That's it. Yep. They can't keep getting away with this. No, but they will though. Unless we have some sort of a purge. You hear about the purge signal thing? Yeah, somebody was saying, yeah, my neighbor actually told me this. They came out and told me about the purge signal. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Say that there was some sort of a signal that was going to go on the phone. And what it was going to do is going to activate all of the mRNA from all of the vaccines. It was going to turn people into blood-crazed zombies, just like from that movie, The Kingsman. Holy shit. And it's a good thing I live out here in the middle of nowhere and there's fucking not a living soul near me. Yeah, but just on the safe side, I went on a nice little nature walk for a good couple hours and was away from the phone during that time. And I come back and I see a message on the phone. A test has been conducted, blah, 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 and I press the OK button. But I guess that was a dry run. They say that they're going to have another one later on. Maybe that's the actual one in which they're going to activate the purge signal. God, I wish. Fuck. I wish that was the case. Yes. Because I'll survive. Shit, and there's nobody out here. But the major cities? Oh, fuck. Yeah, let it go down. Yeah. Anybody who's never seen that movie, The Kingsman, there was some sort of something with the cell phone signals that they that the elites did. They had this massive plan to initiate an apocalypse, and it had to do with the cell phone signals. Whenever they activated the signal, everybody starts going crazy and starts killing everybody they see. Yeah, that would be well, be okay for me, like I said, because I don't got anybody near me. I'd just be like just hanging out here, look at the internet and like, whoa, what the fuck happened? Like the few survivors are posting shit. Help! Oh my god, it's the end of days. It's all going down. And then it's like silence, and I'm out here alone. I'm kind of like the Omega Man. I eventually travel outside and go to the nearest town shed. It's like a ghost town. And it's like 28 days later, all of a sudden, rah, all these people come out of nowhere. Yeah, that would be a hell of a plot to a movie. The new version of the Omega Man. The Day of Jihad. Yeah, I hear there was supposed to be a Day of Jihad. But it didn't really happen, though, I guess. Obviously. Yeah, I remember when there were supposed to be all sorts of terror cells all over the place. They're going to activate the terror cells. But then when you grow up and you realize that the Tooth Fairy isn't real, Santa Claus isn't real, and that terrorists are actually created by the US government, and it's like, okay, yeah, I don't have to fear terror cells, never mind. The only thing I have to truly fear is alphabet agency types detonating nuclear weapons in cities and holding the American people hostage should an American president ever step out of line. That's the only thing you got to truly fear as far as terrorists go. Yeah. People like me are labeled terrorists. If you think that there's two genders and that, you know, the Constitution is something that should be followed, then you're considered a terrorist. Yeah, I hear the FBI has now got a new classification called MAGA extremists. I guess it's a terrorist category, a MAGA extremist. Like, are you fucking kidding me? MAGA extremists. What are they going to do? Shit post online and give you some Pepe memes? Like, this is about the most extreme thing a MAGA person can do. Yep. Grifters. Like I said, these motherfuckers could literally take all of these right wingers, put them in a fucking line, and just like march them head first into a wood chipper. The most these fucking right wing types will do is say, "Oh my God, look at what the left is doing. Could you imagine if we were doing this?" And then there'd be another one further up in line selling T-shirts to the rest of them. I was murdered in a wood chipper by insane leftists, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt. Like, that's it. The epitome of weakness. That's the right. They would literally willingly go into the wood chipper, just as long as they could virtue signal and grift and make money off of it. Yeah, they wouldn't care. The only thing they care about is virtue signaling and grifting. That's the right for you. They don't care that their civilization is being destroyed. They don't fucking care. As long as they can grift, as long as they can fucking cry about it and virtue signal. Weakness. I don't respect weakness. Yep. Put them in feet first. Yeah, too bad there didn't exist a political party called the Guillotine Party. The Guillotine Party. Let's just march them all up and put them in the guillotine. All of the politicians. Yep. If you're a politician, Democrat and Republican, you need the guillotine. There you go. That's a party I'll vote for. Yeah, we need to go full Robespierre on these motherfuckers. French Revolution, baby. It's about the only way you're gonna fucking clean this shit up. But then after the French Revolution, you had Napoleon come to power. You imagine if a similar thing happened in America and you had like the dreaded trans admiral come to power as the new Napoleon? Oh my God. You imagine where he'd take the country, the trans admiral? Oh shit. Fucking A. Yeah. One can only imagine. And we're fucked. We can't vote our way out of it either. Voting our way out of it is not an option. Yeah, I hear over in Iowa, they passed some sort of ordinance to where just here for the 2024 election, they're going to have mail-in ballots, but not for 2028, just for this one, 2024. Like, really? Like, come on. They're going to do the same exact shit they did last time. It's going to be like Groundhog Day is what it's going to be. It's going to be exactly like that movie Groundhog Day, when people wake up day after the election and realize that they did the same exact shit. Like, again? Really? It's like that movie fucking Groundhog's Day. Like, you damn Skippy. Because they got away with it scot-free the first time around. So what the fuck is to stop them from doing it again? They completely got away with it scot-free. So what's to stop them from doing it again? Yep, they just gonna make up whatever fucking stories they want. Just look at the Whitmer kidnapping. That stupid cunt governor over there in Michigan. Like, she was supposedly, there was a plot to kidnap her or whatever by a right-wing extremist group. But then you come to find out that this right-wing extremist group, the leader of the group, it was actually an FBI agent. And the majority of the members of this group were all FBI agents. And the whole thing was a massive honey trap. And they fucking roped a bunch of guys in, and like the FBI was the one that planned the whole thing. And like, it's just so fucking just treacherous and just skeevy. It's like, you fucking pieces of shit. Yeah, people see through that shit though. The smart ones, at least. There are a lot of fucking stupid people out there. God, there are a lot of fucking stupid people. What can you do? Whisper words of wisdom and let it be. Yeah, Lance Manliness, he'd be all about the fucking guillotine party. Yeah. Minecraft bullets, that's the way. We got to speak in code. YouTube. Yeah, I thought about doing a Rumble and all that. But I was checking out the Rumble platform. And it seems so ghetto-ass. Like, every time I try watching videos on Rumble, they always drop out, and like I always have to refresh them and shit. And it's like, if this is how Rumble acts when I'm trying to watch a video, how the fuck is it going to act when I'm trying to stream? I mean, YouTube fucking can barely get my fucking voice across the airwaves. Shit. And I know they've got better servers than Rumble does. Yeah, I've said this before. YouTube is where all the normies are, and all the base people are already on those other platforms. Like, I'm like a paratrooper across enemy lines with a machine gun nest set up. If somebody takes out one of my machine gun nests, boom, I'll pop over to another one. Yep. In this day and age, if you're on a platform like YouTube, you got to have a series of lifeboat channels set up just in case. Yeah, because like that, your channel can just get fucking nuked without even fucking understanding it or realizing it. Holy shit. Like, if you've already got one strike on your channel, boom, boom, 2 strikes can come just like that within a matter of like minutes apart. So as long as you've got one strike on your channel isn't safe. Yep. Got to stay ahead of the game, though. It's cancel culture for you. That's one thing that leftists will never truly have to worry about, being canceled. Not the way people on the right worry about that shit. Because people on the right, they have to monitor what they say. They have to speak in code and shit like that. People on the left can literally like make open death threats against people, and like it just slides as like, you know, okay, everyday shit. Oh, it was a leftist that said it. It's okay. You know, people on the right get treated like second-class citizens, and they think that it's okay. They think that's perfectly fine because they're fucking weak. Yep. Goofy versus Palpatine. Goofy loses that battle every fucking time. If he wins any battles, it's by sheer happenstance, coincidence, and luck. Yeah, I just hope that when they eventually install Gavin Newsom in the power here in America, that he'll take mercy on us and don't destroy the country too badly, not the way he did California. Yeah, them Californians, they're like spreading out like a cancer. They're fleeing that fucking state, mass exodus, importing all of their fucking Democrat politics with them too. Like, it's bad enough that these motherfuckers do the shit they do with the mail-in ballots and the voting machines. But then you got to fucking move to other states and go actually vote those Democrats into power there legitimately. Fuck. Like I've said this before, if I was like a prominent red state like Texas or something like that, to prevent my state from getting flipped and turned blue by fleeing Californians, I would enact a law saying that if you are from the state of California and you just moved to my state, you are not allowed to vote for 4 years. Voting moratorium for 4 years until you assimilate to this state. You have to assimilate and become part of this state before you can just come here and start voting your fucking Democrats into power and having them destroy my state. You know what I mean? That's what these red states need to do in order to protect themselves, to retroactively lay the groundwork to protect themselves from being overrun and destroyed by all these fleeing Democrats from California. They need to start passing those types of laws. Not to say every human that's fleeing California is a Democrat, but a lot of them are. A lot of them are. There are more, I would say that there's more Democrats fleeing than there is Republicans, because the state of California already has more fucking Democrats. Well, so saith the fucking whatever. You can't really trust anything, though, because anybody who knows how elections go, every fucking year in the state of California, the biggest counties in California all, without fail, register in with voter turnout over 100%, which is statistically impossible unless you know what is going on. So the actual number could be vastly inflated. Like I've said this a long time. I had a theory that the true number of Democrats in America is actually closer between 12 to 17%, and the rest of the population is actually made up in fake numbers. Basically, it's a very, very vocal minority. Let's put it that way. And the silent majority vastly outnumbers them. But since they're so corrupt, once they get their hooks into power, it's basically like getting a tick out. Like even if you take it out, the head will still be in there and it'll still whatever and still infect you. Yeah, but all of their numbers are made up in malfeasance, if you know what I mean. Fraud, that kind of shit. Whenever shit goes down and you look at who the true constituents are, and you find out that all of the cemeteries are actually voting Democrat. You're like, what the fuck? You mean they have dead people as their constituents? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, after learning about that, how all of the graveyards and all the dead people are voting Democrat, I had resolved right then and there that whenever I die and know I'm going to die, I'm going to have to take a pilgrimage and I'm going to have to leave this country. I'm going to have to go die on foreign soil. Because the last thing I want to do is have my corpse be voting Democrat for the next 200 years, or however long this country lives. Shit ain't going to be 200 years. Who am I kidding? Yeah, every American citizen owes it as a fucking debt to their country, to their children and their children's children, to go on a pilgrimage before they die and leave the country and die in another country to ensure that your corpse never continually votes Democrat every year. No fucking joke. I plan to go to the Philippines. That's where I'm going to die. Yep. It's the only way. Boy, I couldn't imagine my soul would be so restless if I found that out in the spirit realm. Like, what? My corpse is voting Democrat? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? All right, who do I have to haunt? Who do I have to haunt? Then I have to go back to the fucking land of the living and go haunt some motherfucker. Go full poltergeist mode. Speaking of poltergeist mode, maybe we'll bust out that Ouija board and see if we can summon some sort of a spirit. Yeah. We're getting close to the halfway mark. Maybe we'll take a little break and then we'll come back and we'll talk a little Rippaverse, a little Comicsgate, and get real stupid. Like I said, first part of the show we talk about ideas, events, and then we close out by talking about people. Yeah, and there's been a lot of news going on in Rippaverse territory. Yeah, Eric July Well, he's become quite the lol cow. Let's put it that way. Yes. Will he ever actually get a thread on Kiwi Farms? Probably not. Turns out the gatekeepers of who gets to be a lol cow hate Dick and Vito way more than Eric. So we will. Well, he's become the first sacred cow Kiwi Farms has ever had. Let's put it that way. Like, I'll be damned. Kiwi Farms has a sacred cow. Yep. Oh yeah. Just took another little shot there. Yeah, we're gonna take a little break. And when we come back, Big Daddy's gonna rant and rave. Bust out the Ouija board. Maybe we'll summon a demon. We'll see. All right, now let me find a good tune to throw on. Got to get up and go to the bathroom, stretch the legs, get my mind right. Well, yeah, my friend, what you gonna do? Yeah, fucking Californians. Spreading around. Like I said, California is kind of like a gangrenous limb. Unless something is done about it, a gangrenous limb will spread its poison blood throughout the entire body and eventually kill the body. So you have to perform surgery on that limb, or you have to sever the limb entirely. Yeah, California. In many ways, it's kind of like a massive hotel. You can check out anytime, but you can never leave, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we're going to rant and rave about some Rippaverse and some Comicsgate.
On dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of eucalyptus rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, saw a shimmering light. The head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. Had to stop for the night. There she stood in the doorway, heard the mission bell. And I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. And she lit up the candle, she showed me the way. There were voices down the corridors, thought I heard them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place. Many a room at the Hotel California. What a nice surprise, where your alibi. And you stepped and it twisted. Got the Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty boys she calls friends. How they danced in the courtyard, sweet summer sweat. Some dance to remember, some dance to forget. So I called up the captain, please bring me my wine. He said, we haven't had that spirit here since 1969. And still those voices are calling from far away. Wake you up in the middle of the night just to hear them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely face. Living it up at the Hotel California. You can find me here any time of year. Mirrors on the ceiling, pink champagne on ice. She said, we are all just prisoners here of our own device. The master's chambers, gathered for the feast. Stab them with the steely knives, but they just can't kill the beast. Last thing I remember, I was running for the door. find the passage back to the place I was before. Relax at night, man. You're programmed to deceive. You can check out anytime you like, but you can't never leave. Living it up at the Hotel California. Any of them at the Hotel California. You can find me here any time of year.
Hotel California. Anybody who's ever lived in California knows is basically like this song like describes the fucking state basically. It's like a fucking like a prison ward. Wander into, oh shit, and then it's hard to get out. You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave. Like, no, I'm out of here, fuck this. Yeah, who would have thought that old John Carpenter movie Escape from LA would have actually came to life and actually become a thing? Trying to flee the state of California. Fuck, we gotta get out of here. Damn leftists destroyed this fucking state. Imagine being poor Californians paying all that money for gas and deal with Gavin Newsom and masks. Locusts and all that shit. Jesus Christ. That's why I'm glad I live out in the country.
Any room at the Hotel California. What a nice surprise. Where your alibis. Living it up at the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely face, such a lovely place. Welcome to the Hotel California. You can find me here any time of year. Living it up at the Hotel California. What a nice surprise. Where your alibis.
All right, baby, and we're back. Hotel California. The Big Daddy version. Yeah. Been a lot going on in the Rippaverse. Yeah. Been a lot going on in the Rippaverse. Eric July. Anybody doesn't know Eric July and the Rippaverse and all that. Eric July is a YouTuber he's had a channel for a long time, 16 years, something like that. Like over 500,000 subscribers. Anyway, he decided to launch a comic book company called the Rippaverse. And he's got 2 comics out there right now. Esom 1 and 2. Now, anybody who's actually read these comics knows that they're quite the dumpster fire. You know, speaking of which, I'll have you all know, Big Daddy has actually recently here gotten a hold of a copy of Esom 2. Yes. Yeah, I got to, well, I had that link to the archive or whatever. And I went there and I downloaded all of the pictures one by one. And I didn't read it yet, but I've, I saw the pictures as I was downloading them, whatever. And it's pretty much as I was expecting as far as the art goes, like, because I was watching a few other people show pictures of it and review it and seeing their, screenshots of it and whatnot. And I told myself at the time, you know what? It looks like the art is actually taking several steps backwards from the first one. It looks like it's a lot more bland, sterile, dull, and lifeless than the first one. And as I was going through and downloading each picture, I'm like, yep, sure enough. My first instincts upon looking at the art were correct. This art is way more dull, sterile, and lifeless than the first one. Yeah, you would think that the art would take a step up for the second book. This means that the artist is starting to suffer burnout. There's a reason why, you know, when I was reading comics back in the day, I was always wondering why companies would all of a sudden replace artists on a run. Like, why did they replace the artist or whatever? And sometimes you have to replace your artist. You simply have no choice because the artists suffer burnout. They either stop hitting their deadlines or their work starts to get sloppy. And once you sense that the artist is starting to suffer burnout, that's when it's time to start looking for another artist. Yeah, I could tell old Cliff Richards, he's got artist burnout. He phoned in those pages, I'm telling you. Like I've speculated about this before about how young Ripa is, how like if Cliff Richards gets a page of script from young Ripa, I have no idea how he scripts his shit because he's never actually shown anybody his creative process. But I'm just going to assume that Cliff Richards is going to script that page exactly how young Ripa writes it or whatever, you know? Like if he calls for a certain camera angle or whatever, like if he wants to have the truck featured more prominently in a scene than the castle or whatever, then the artist, Cliff, he's going to follow those directions rather than going off reservation or simply saying, you know, I think it might be better if it's done this way, and then talk to him about it and show him a thumbnail or whatever. Yeah, I think that does look better. Go ahead and do that one. Like, I guarantee you that type of rapport is not happening with him and his artist. I almost guarantee it. Yeah, bland, sterile, dull, lifeless. Every fucking page had panels that were either squares or rectangles. They had no triangular panels, nothing like that. No dynamic paneling at all. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna go about doing it. Like I was gonna just do a live read, review, and roast, like I was gonna do, or like how I did with the first one or whatever. I probably will do that. And there was a lot of scenes where there was no dialogue, where there could have been dialogue to flesh out, you know, what's going on inside of his fucking head, you know, the inner dialogue, the inner monologue, so we know what his fucking internal motivations are, shit like that. No, we didn't get none of that. But the pages where there was dialogue is like, oh God. I remember just looking at those pages as I was downloading them, and just a great sense of just dread and foreboding filling me, knowing that I was going to have to eventually go and read all of that trash dialogue on all of these pages. Like, oh God. Like there may be a lot of pages where there's no dialogue, but there's a lot of pages where there's too much dialogue. Where if you were to spread all that dialogue throughout the course of the entire book, it would still be way, way too much fucking words. Yeah. Do they not teach Shakespeare in fucking school anymore? Brevity is the soul of wit. That was one of the most important things I ever fucking learned in school. Just one random throwaway line in the English class from Shakespeare. Brevity is the soul of wit. Yeah, old young rip-ass thinks he can get up there and Al Sharpton his way through a fucking speech and just say a bunch of jibba-jabba, a bunch of fucking words that at the end of the day, his little 5-minute spiel could have just been condensed down to a single sentence or two. Brevity is the soul of wit. Anybody who starts getting too superfluous with their words, I know that is a fucking stupid person. And that's exactly what Eric July is. Oh my God, you talk about a dumb motherfucker. This has got to be one of the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever seen in my fucking life. The Sonic the Hedgehog defense, really? If anybody saw that, oh my God. Yeah, you immediately had shades back to the old South Park episode with Johnny Cochran, the Chewbacca defense. Chewbacca is a Wookiee. Chewbacca is Han Solo's friend. He travels around the galaxy helping Han Solo with his adventures. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it was the new Chewbacca defense is what it was. Yeah, if anybody didn't see that or catch all that. Well, what happened was Eric, he's getting sued by the International School of Ministry. They're now officially suing his ass. Yeah, let me preface all that story because a lot of people might not know. But what happened was initially a fan of Dick and Vito sent an email to the International School of Ministry. Stands for ISOM. You type in that word, the very first thing that pops up in Google is that, the International School of Ministry. Anyway, this fan of Dick and Vito sends the International School of Ministry an email, alerting them to the presence that, hey, your name is being used in a fucking comic book right now, or whatever, in so many words. So the ministry, gets a hold of Eric and he's like, hey, we got to hash this out. If you want to continue using this fucking name of ours, you're going to have to pony up. We're going to have to wet our beak a little bit. Anyway, some negotiations went down, and I guess that's basically what the church said. They said, we want to have a licensing fee. If you want to use our name, you got to pay us some sort of a fee, which is a normal thing, like paying licensing fees is a normal thing. Like Dean and Vicky talked earlier about the Hulk Hogan. Yeah, fucking Hulk Hogan had to pay royalties to Marvel, or it was the companies who was worked for, WWF or WWE, whatever, or maybe it was Hogan himself. But the bottom line is royalties had to be paid to Marvel to use the name Hulk because of the comic book character, the Incredible Hulk, And you say, well, Hulk the wrestler has nothing to do with Hulk the comic book character, or whatever. But there could be some sort of a confusion. To be honest, when I was a little kid, I thought that the Hulk Hogan named himself after the Hulk comic book character or whatever. Like, I thought that's what it was or whatever, and that's why he called himself Hulk Hogan, because he did the same type of shit that the Hulk did. He was muscular like the Hulk, and I figured that was the reason why he called himself Hulk Hogan. So you can see how there's be confusion there or whatever. You could also see how there could be a confusion with, a Christian ministry and, a comic book with a character with a fucking crucifix on his crotch. And then you hear about how there's actually a group of phantom investors that own this company. It's not just Eric. There's a group of investors. It's like 4 or 5 of them all together. And knowing this, you might, put 2 and 2 together and it's like, hey, maybe the church is one of the silent partners in this whole thing, and that's the reason why he's rocking the cross and all that shit. It's not a fair stretch to believe such a thing. Yeah, there can be confusion, make no mistake. But I guess, yeah, Eric's trying to say that he owns there should be no no confusion, because and the comparison he made was Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the drive-in fast food place. You see, Sonic is a hedgehog, and he's very, very fast. Sonic is a fast food restaurant. Sonic makes delicious Coney hot dogs. Sonic also likes to eat Coney hot dogs. And it was like, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding? Are you insane? And this was the type of shit he was trying to throw out there, trying to say that he should be able to use the name Esam or whatever. And plus, it was his family name. It's my family name. They coming after my family. It's all about family. Like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? Dom fucking Toretto? You don't turn your back on family. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Yeah. But the bottom line is negotiations broke down between young Ripa and the International School of Ministry once they talked about a possible payment for use of their trademark, which isn't out of the realm of, you got to look at it through the church's point of view. You look at these Marvel movies, they're making billions of dollars out there, and you see this new superhero franchise. It's just a couple years old, it's already a multi-million-dollar franchise. It's not out of the realm of possibility to believe that maybe, 10, 20, 30 years down the line, that this franchise is also making billions of dollars, just like Marvel movies. If you're these church folks, you don't know fucking any better. You don't know that it's terrible and it's all going to fucking come falling apart. And in a matter of 5 years, I said 5 years tops, the whole thing falls apart and implodes on itself. But going by those metrics, you're obviously going to want to wet your beak, get some sort of a yearly royalty. I would have said, somewhere between 5 and 10% of the gross annual income Probably something like that. That if I was the church, that would be the bare bones minimum I would fucking settle for. Yeah, but the very second he found out he had to pay any money, he completely iced them out of the negotiations. He didn't send any sort of counter offer back. You got to understand how negotiations work. The church gives you their first proposal, and then you send them back a counter offer, and then they'll send them back a counter offer, and so on and so forth, until an amicable agreement is reached. Sometimes you might have to do a dozen counteroffers or more. That's how negotiations work. After the very first offer, he decided, went right to YouTube and then started fucking chirping off and doing his stupid fucking Chihuahua shit. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Chihuahua shit. What it was more like, what he was doing is like he was doing his poor man's version of Saruman, rallying the fucking Uruk-hai to go march on Helm's Deep. That's what he was fucking doing. And sure enough, all of his fucking cuck followers start fucking going after the church, start shit talking poor ISOM CEO Perrin Gilfillian. You're not a real Christian. A real Christian wouldn't do this. As a Christian myself, I find this abhorrent. Like, anybody who starts off that fucking shit, like as a Christian bullshit, or tries to invoke their Christianity, 9 times out of 10 is a fucking piece of shit, I'm telling you. Anytime they try to invoke their Christianity like that, you can pretty much take it to the bank that this person is a fucking piece of shit. Yeah, look back at it on it and all the times in life. Anybody who's ever invoked their Christianity in such a way, were they a good person? No, they weren't. Yeah, that's the Young Ripa fan base, though. Bunch of poor, lost souls in need of some sort of a father figure. It's fucking sad. Fucking sad. Yeah, I hear one of his biggest fans calls himself Renowned Zero, as opposed to an unrenowned zero. You're still a fucking zero. Yeah, I hear people tell me that this guy has tried shit talking me too before. I've never even listened to his show either. Like, first of all, he calls himself Renowned Zero. Anybody who identifies themselves as a zero, I automatically know their show is going to be shit and it's not worth watching. Yeah, but anyway, here recently I was listening to the Drunken Peasants podcast, and I was doing work in the background. I was just listening to it, and it sounded like they were EFAP-ing the Comic Book Hut. I'm like, the Comic Book Hut has popped back on the scene, huh? Well, I wonder what he's talking about or what he's doing that's fucking funny. And they're just ripping on this guy. And it was clearly the Comic Book Hut. The sound of his voice, the cadence of his voice, everything. Anyway, when I sat down to look at what was going on, look at the screen, I was, wait a minute. This guy is not the Comic Book Hut. This guy looks like he fucking taped a bunch of pubic hair to his beard. This guy, what the fuck? Who is this guy? And it turns out this guy was Renowned Zero. Like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? This guy is the Comic Book Hut. That's who this guy is. Are you fucking kidding me? This guy, Eric July's biggest fucking stan, he's the Comic Book Hut is what he is. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, oh my God, I laughed so hard. Oh my God, what a fucking joke. That's the Eric July fan base right there, though. Yeah, this stupid motherfucker looked like, well, you could tell he was raised by a single mother, just like Eric. He probably looks up to Eric as some sort of a father figure. That's why he tries to emulate Eric in the way he looks, taping a bunch of pubic hair to his fucking beard. You fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ. Yep, Young Ripa fans. Yeah, the International School of Ministry does not want to be associated with that fucking fan base. The most vitriolic, low IQ, homoerotic fan base on the fucking internet. The Eric July fan base. No fucking joke. Yep. The Sonic defense. Well, I couldn't fucking believe that when I saw that shit. I ain't gonna hold your hand. Yeah, he is the J.J. Abrams of independent comics, that's for sure. Talked about this before, about his entire series is basically just a bunch of mystery boxes. And, well, I mean, when your entire fucking writing style is based upon J.J. Abrams, one of the biggest fucking hacks known to man, well, it means your universe is built on it's a house of cards built on a foundation of sand and a fucking windstorm is what it is. Yeah, it's bad. It's fucking bad. All of the main lore, world building, character development, all that shit, you have to make it up in your head. Headcanon. From what we know of this world so far, Brian Solari is supposedly the most powerful Except because he was the one that helped single-handedly help Texas break away from the United States of America, supposedly, if the lore is to be believed. Which means Brian Solari is the toughest, the strongest there is. Why in the fuck is Esom the main character in the Rippaverse? Why? Why isn't it Brian Solari? Why isn't the most powerful character your main character? Why? This would be like Akira Toriyama doing Dragon Ball, and instead of following Goku as the main character, instead he decided to have Yajirobe be the fucking main character of his fucking series. That's basically the same thing Eric July did by having Esom be like the flagship character or whatever. Like, what are his powers? What does he do? Can he fly? Maybe he can. I don't know. According to Yellow Flush, he can fly. But as far as we know, all he has is just generic strength and agility. That's it. It's just he's a little bit stronger, a little bit more agile than a normal human. That's all we know. Maybe he's bulletproof too. I don't know. I guess maybe. I have no fucking clue. His powers haven't been explained to us. 2 fucking books. Nobody knows what this motherfucker's powers are. Yeah, it's bad. It's fucking bad. Yeah. But maybe, well, if Brian Solari was black, maybe he could have got the role as the main character. The black man have to be the main character of the Rippaverse, hoe-ass cracker. You know, I always found it kind of funny how the war campaign decided to hold their powder when it came to young Rippa. Like almost every other motherfucker, the war campaign came after with like fucking full fucking vengeance. Every so often you'll see a member of the war campaign making a snarky comment or whatever, but they're not like in there in full force. I remember years ago, war campaign was all about grift busters. We're the grift busters. We're going to come out and bust grifters or whatever. Where the grift busters, huh? Pan? Where the grift busters at? Where you at, Pan? Has anybody seen Pan Boy openly trolling young Rippa? No. Fucking pussy. You fucking pussy. Yeah. Where was the horse and the rider? Where was the horn that was blowing? They all fall like rain on the mountain and wind in the meadow. Where were you, war campaign? Homo Roro? Has war campaign fired up any live streams where they're EFAPing this stupid fucking ape doing his fucking stupid ape bullshit? Have they? Well, they might have, for all I know. I haven't fucking listened to war campaign in years. But if they're not, they fucking should be. They failed their job as being the grift busters in the independent comic book underground. No, people like Big Daddy and those of our ilk had to fucking pick up the slack and do the fucking job that the war campaign should be doing. No. Fucking war campaign, what a joke. Ethan Van Sciver's lapdogs. Then they turned on him. And what are they doing? Running around with their fucking tails tucked between their legs? Playing pussyfoot with the fucking Canadian trucker movement? I guess they got exiled out of there now. Yep. War campaign, you should be trolling that piece of fucking shit every fucking day with everything you fucking have. But have you? No. No, you haven't. Every so often you might see a couple of war campaigners here and there making a random pot shot, but that's it. Nope. I don't think I've seen Pan Boy not once troll this piece of fucking shit. Certainly not Homo Roro. Could it be that War Campaign thinks that they could get clout from him? That means that War Campaign, they were bigger pieces of fucking shit than any of us ever truly thought they were, if that's the fucking case. And they probably are. Now, who am I fucking kidding? I know they are. All right, all right, all right. Fucking LARPing around as ancient Romans. Big Daddy fucking wearing their corpse around. Gotta make LARPing around as an ancient Roman cool again. Big Daddy single-handedly having to fucking do it. Single-handedly. Let me spark up one. We just getting started. I still have yet to bust out the Ouija board. We may yet summon a fucking spirit before it's all said and done. Yeah, old Rackets, he came out here recently and fucking, well, anybody unfamiliar with the story between Rackets and Ripa? I kind of covered this in my last show. Anyway, there was a bit of shit talking between the two. Rackets basically came out and just threw him under the bus, fucking raked him over the coals in a massive 7-hour live stream, which was subsequently deleted afterwards. But a lot of people got a lot of good cuts and bits out of it. And anytime you're drinking, that's when you let the fucking curtain slip and you let your true self out, if you know what I mean. And old Rackets let his true self out on that fucking stream, that 7-hour stream. I guess Eric has a list. Yep, a list. The list is my haters. Yeah, I guess he's been keeping a list of all of the people that he knows and and it's ranked. Who's his number one all the way down, like a detractor list. Tug and Yellow Flush, they're up there. And they're pretty high on the list, I guess. But I guess Rackets was saying that there's one person on the list that would surprise everybody, and it's somebody who's a mutual friend of all of them, and it would shock you if you were to find out that this guy was on the list. And I got to thinking, who could this person possibly be? And I got to thinking, you know what? I bet it's Ethan. I almost fucking bet money on it that Ethan is the one who's on the fucking list. Yeah, in case you didn't catch all that about the list, let me let Rackets go ahead and break it down for you real quick.
But Eric has a detractor list like DSP, the guy who jerked off on camera and didn't know it. Yeah, Eric has a detractor list of people who did not defend him hard enough. And listen, guys, I'm going to tell you this now. I didn't tell you it back then. It wasn't relevant, but it is today. Because I gave Eric the time of day. I gave him everything he wanted. He woke up this morning and he realized that he looked like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And he started spurging about it. Eric has had a detractor list since long before I went to Nashville. And I know about it. I know other people who are on it. And trust me, if you're in Comicsgate, you're a comics fan, you're a comics creator. And listen, my friends, Dick, do you know this? My friends all hate you.
Sure. Yeah.
Like Yellow Flash and Tug and all those guys. They told you, right?
Yeah.
Like they told you they hate you.
I assume everybody hates me.
All of them have a ranking on the list somewhere. Most of them are in very good standing because they've stuck up for Eric. Of course they would. They're his friends. I got it. But their friends haven't all stood up for Eric hard enough. And guess what, guys? I love you all. I really do. Flash, Tug, Nina, all of you. I no ill will towards me. You guys are great. But one of our mutual friends, who is very cool and always neutral and wonderful and insightful and fantastic, is on the list of detractors. Not because he dissed Eric, but because Eric, I don't require loyalty, that's corny. Because Eric literally told him he wasn't loyal enough. I've known for months that Eric, despite what he says in public, and I will admit to lying about this, despite what I've said in public, because I didn't want it to be true, and I didn't want to bring drama. Despite what we have both said in public, Eric has been mad at me for months for not carrying his fucking water.
Yeah. If I were a betting man, I would say Ethan is that one that was on the list that he was talking about. Now, Ethan, he's not stupid. I think he figured it out too. I think he figured out that he is on the list. And I think this is the reason why Ethan is starting to come out in the open and kind of fucking bag on Ripa. Yeah, he's been doing this recently. Yeah, he first started by going on the geek getaway with Tony and just kind of speaking his mind in so many words. Yeah, I found a lot of those conversations with Tony pretty telling. He had 2 of them thus far, where he just kind of popped on randomly, and then Tony was kind of, a little clever about how he asked the questions, and Ethan's a little clever how he answered them, though, to where he doesn't sound like he comes out fully against Ripa, but anybody who's reading between the lines know he's fucking kind of low-key trolling him, But he's too much of a pussy to do it out in the open. To just start fucking just deboing him and bullying him right out in the open like he should, like the way Big Daddy does. Ethan Van Sciver doesn't have the balls to do what Big Daddy does. Oh, fuck no. Yeah, I remember when Tony asked Ethan about young Ripa's ghostwriting, yeah, young Ripa's supposedly done some ghostwriting, whatever. And I was kind of surprised when Ethan, his response, he said that there's no such thing as a ghostwriter, like in comics, like there's no such thing. Like what he's basically saying is Ripa's lying to you. This is him saying Ripa is a liar without actually saying it. And it's like, yeah, it does kind of make sense. Like, well, I mean, in like big time comics, but in indie comics, if you're a guy like John Delarose, I could see that, like anybody who knows John Delarose knows that he doesn't even write most of his shit, But yeah. Anybody who's seen young Ripa's writing ability knows that nobody in their fucking right mind would hire this guy to be a fucking toilet cleaner, let alone a goddamn ghostwriter. My God. The list is my haters. Yeah. It was funny after he came out and said that well, he did that video blasting the church, talking about how they're not real Christians or whatever, because they wanted money from him. They're trying to steal my family name. I saw Knox. He's named after my great-great-grandpappy. You don't turn your back on family. Try to channel his inner Dom Toretto. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. Ethan, he was like low-key trolling him, saying telling his own story about his own family history. His great-great-great-granduncle was named Josephus Disney, and he worked for the British, and he wants to, well, it doesn't give him the right to name whatever Disney or whatever. He's like, just come out and just start fucking ripping on the fucker out in the open, Ethan. Yeah, him and Rackets were on a stream here recently, and they're both kind of low-key bagging on him. They need to do it out in the open. Just blast him. Rackets, he's a little bit more brazen about it than Ethan is. Yeah, he came out with a tweet here recently and basically succinctly laid out the whole fucking thing. Yeah, and it all started, it's this Emperor has no clothes bullshit. All these motherfuckers telling the Emperor how fucking fine his clothes are when he's fucking buck naked. Dick Masterson had to be that kid that pointed out and said, hey, he doesn't have no clothes, he's naked. And like that, like fucking squealed like a fucking pig. And like that, like the dominoes fell. And here we are. The motherfucker couldn't handle criticism. He couldn't fucking handle criticism. Yeah, I'm hearing Ethan talking about that a lot more, about how the indie comics need to start holding each other accountable and shit as far as the story goes. And I could tell Ethan he's jealous. He thinks he's missing out on the fun because everybody's talking about Young Ripa's comic and they're actually talking about the plot, the characters, the story, the everything that he wishes that they would talk about with his comic. Like I bet Ethan just wishes that they would scan Cyberfrog to 4chan so they'd all start talking about his comic or whatever. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to fucking happen because nobody gives a shit. Nobody fucking gives a shit about Cyberfrog except for a bunch of stupid, low IQ Gen Xers and boomers. Those are the only motherfuckers that care about that shit. And they don't care about reading it. No, they just care about buying it and collecting it. Yeah, what a fucking joke. Yeah, these comics gators trying to crowdfund a goddamn trip to go to a goddamn comic convention because they're too fucking poor and broke to fund it themselves. What a joke. Yep. And what the fuck hell's happening with Eric July? Oh yeah, he turns out he called the popo on fucking Riley. Yeah, the day when Riley went out there and did his thing, filmed himself taping the money to the warehouse and all that. I guess afterwards, when it was found out, he called the police not once but twice. Whoop whoop! That's the sound of the police. Whoop whoop! That's the sound of the beast. Yep. Called the fucking popo. What kind of a gangster calls the popo? Now, as far as I'm concerned, like anybody who knows Big Daddy knows, like I really can't think of a single situation in which I would ever call the cops for any circumstance. There's a reason why I'm off grid and haven't had my fucking address registered with the state yet, because then the police will know where to find me. Fuck that. Hell no. Yeah, I was hating the police long before it was fucking cool. Let's put it that way. Yeah, what the fuck would Tupac think of that? Calling the fucking popo on some tubby white dude who comes and tapes some money to your fucking door. A public parking lot, a public building. Like it's not, you don't own that parking lot, you don't own that building. Fucking stupid piece of shit. They're actually trying to say that, well, he defaced money. Like it's a federal crime to deface money. Like really, these are the same people that want to do away with the Federal Reserve, trying to virtue signal over the money. Are you fucking kidding me? It's fugazi, fake as shit. Just like their grand poobah. Yeah. What a fucking joke. Yeah, Eric July was a prominent supporter of Barack Hussein Obama. Even campaigned for the motherfucker. Never forget that. Did he all of a sudden switch his politics or whatever? He's supposed to ANCAP libertarian, yo. But although he's not, it's just it's all bullshit. Because all the shit ANCAP libertarians truly stand for, he doesn't stand for. Like he's basically your atypical cancel culture SJW leftist, like in the stereotypical sense. That's exactly what he is. But not just him, his entire fucking cuck fan base. Yeah, I think we're seeing some sort of demonic egregore being created between him and his fans. His stupidity kind of like leeches off onto his fans, almost as if he's an intelligence vampire. I'm sure people within the paranormal cryptid community have heard the term energy vampire. One of those types of people that you be around and they seem like they just drain your energy. I've had my own term for these types of people. I call them intelligence vampires. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about when I'm about to describe this. You've been around people before. I'm sure you've been around these people. Just simply being around them and hearing them talk and just being in their presence makes you stupider just by being around them. And what they're doing is they're draining your intelligence. Intelligence vampires. That's what they are. That's what young Rippa is. He's a fucking apex intelligence vampire who drains the intelligence of anybody who listens to him. And eventually they become on his level. And what happens is they are basically conditioned for belligerence. That way, whenever he comes out and makes a fiery speech and does a YouTube video talking about the church, how they're not real Christians and how he's in the right, whatever, what it basically does is, like I said, it's like Saruman going atop his fucking tower and making a fiery speech to his Uruk-hai. You know what happens afterwards. They're going to fucking march on Helm's Deep. You will taste man flesh. You will go review bomb that church. Oh, ass crackles. Yep. And then you go see what they do. Yeah, he's not going to call off the dogs either. He's not going to make a video and say, look, guys, while all this is going on, it'd probably be best if you cooled it down, you don't go review bomb the church, you don't smack talk, none of that. Just be cool. You know, he's not going to do nothing like that. Nothing. But Dick and Vito are somehow responsible for all of their fans' actions, yes. But he can't do nothing about his fans. Now, his fans, they're conditioned to follow orders. If young Rippo was to give them the order to stand down, I guarantee you, every last one of them would stand down. Because that's how conditioned these people are. I mean, this is some real Jim Jones type shit. These are not normal people. Just simply say that they are cultists does not do it fucking justice. Let's put it that way. For real. I speak the truth. Best make your peace some other way. Yeah, Rackets, he's come out recently and started blasting Eric again when supposedly they buried the hatchet or whatever. He's like, no, like, I'm going to come out and like just speak truth. Like, because the only way that, I mean, you basically got to stick your head in the sand in order to not be able to speak the truth on this shit, because it's just so like glaringly like, oh my God, just this guy is so fucking stupid. Like, anybody who doesn't realize it, let me break it down to you right now. Rippaverse is dead. It's fucking dead. It's gone. It's fucking over. They're just too stupid to understand it or realize it yet. The church is ultimately going to win this case. And what they're going to do is, the amount of money he's going to spend on lawyers fighting this church is going to end up bleeding him dry in the end. Who knows how many years this case is going to go on? All you have to do is look at the trademark case going on between Preston Poulter and Ethan Van Sciver. How many years has it gone on now? With this the second year, third year, whatever. Yeah, these court cases drag on for years. And when your court case drags on for years, guess what? You have to pay your fucking lawyers. And you see how the Rippaverse, every fucking campaign thus far, boom, drops like, you know, almost half of its fucking viewers. How many people are going to pick up Alpha Core, Yaira, Goodnig books or whatever, let alone ESOM 3 if he even comes out? He's going to have to change the name, like I said. Yeah, what's ultimately going to happen is he's going to lose the case. He's going to have to change the name. Every fucking thing with the word ESOM on it is going to be ordered destroyed. And he's going to have to pay a huge sum. All of their lawyer fees in addition to a huge fee for using the name up until that point, which is going to be millions of dollars. And it's going to fucking bankrupt him. And it's going to be the end of everything. All because of his fucking pride. There's a reason why pride is one of the 7 deadly sins. Yeah, he's going to have to learn a hard lesson in life. Rather than just simply renaming the fucking book, he's going to fucking destroy his whole fucking company. That's what's going to happen. All because of his fucking pride. Yeah, the funny part is, like I said this a long time ago, like he's been actually given a blessing in disguise, turn lemons into lemonade. What he can do is just rebrand the character, give him a different suit and everything. And if he was clever enough, he can actually write it into the comic, you know? Like I had suggested calling it the International School of Minstrels and having it be a music school or whatever. They popped onto the scene while Avery was retired and they secured the trademark, so he has to like call himself a different superhero name.
So he changes his name to Respect, and he gets a different suit, like a more badass looking suit. And like that, you put it over and you bring it to the next level. And no, he's too fucking stupid. That's never going to happen. Yeah, he's been given a fucking blessing in disguise, but he's too stupid. He's not going to take it. Like anybody who follows comics and is familiar with comics knows that first issues always make the most money. Now he's been given the perfect opportunity to make a new first issue. Complete reboot. That old universe, just throw it in the trash can. Like you all of a sudden reboot, like a new 52 type thing. And you have Mike Baron be the head writer. And you just take the basic same characters and concepts and new whatever, like I said, complete reboot, new universe and all that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hold up. Hey. Wait a minute, Big Daddy. Remember the Rippaverse ethic? Yeah, the Rippaverse ethic. We don't do multiverses, whole ass cracker. Oh, shit. Never mind, you can't do that. What a fucking idiot. Yeah, you never want to place artificial constraints on yourself like that. By coming out the gate and saying that they're never going to have multiverses or whatever like that, he's immediately prevented himself from ever doing that scenario, like I said. Complete reboot, have Mike Baron come on, be the new writer, all that shit. Nope. He's stuck with the current continuity, the current characters, and the current universe, the current shit that he created. It's broken. It's done. It's over. He's going to eventually be bankrupted by these people. When it's all said and done, when the smoke clears and the dust settles, by the time he pays their lawyer fees and pays a settlement for using the name for so many years, he's going to be bankrupted. It's going to be over. Because anybody with a fucking ounce of intelligence and common sense and any sort of taste and good entertainment are not going to continue buying his books. Only his most cucked, most brain dead, most low IQ fans are going to continue buying that shit. Not to say that it won't be enough to sustain him for a while, but not enough to sustain a lawsuit as well. Like I was thinking the other day of like how much Alpha Core is going to make. And I got to thinking, maybe between 800,000 and 1.1 million. But I think that seems like high, though. I don't know why that seems high. My instincts, my gut, my true gut instincts tell me it's only going to make around 250K. But we'll see if that happens. Boy, if that happens, oh my God, that's going to be a real fucking sign for things to come. Chuck Dixon! Like, what has Chuck Dixon did since the 1990s, since his Batman run? What has he done of significance? Well, he helped your boy Zach write his Jawbreakers books. Anybody who's read those books knows those books are a fucking dumpster fire. Like, if this is what Chuck Dixon has become, he's a fucking hack. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Maybe Mike Baron can save the day with the Gooding Egg series. Yeah, you take probably your best writer that you have and you put him on the most irrelevant shit franchise that you have. Yeah, good job. You would have been better off making a Santuan series and putting Mike fucking Baron on that. My God. Lord of mercy. I bet there would be more demand for a Santuan series than a fucking Gooding Egg series. You fucking kidding me? Shit. Yeah, it's all trash. It's all broken. Like I said, and he laid the seeds for the destruction of everything by going forward with this damn lawsuit and by having his stupid Rippaverse ethic or whatever, where he doesn't allow himself to have multiverses, which means he can't do a reboot, which means he can never do a new number one. And that's where the big money is, always in the reboots and the new number ones. Yeah, he was given a blessing in disguise on a silver platter, but he's too stupid to understand it or realize it because, well, he's fucking stupid. I mean, come on. This guy's fucking IQ is probably 55. Let's not kid ourselves. If that. I ain't gonna hold your hand, ho ass cracker. Yep.
Yeah, I remember when Barack Hussein Obama was first elected back in 2008. Rush Limbaugh, the famous talk radio host, came out and said, "I hope he fails. I hope he fails." Anyway, the media ran with that, saying, "Oh my God, look at this. He's racist. He wants him to fail. He wants the country to fail." When the reality is, what Rush Limbaugh meant was, he wants him to fail, because if he succeeds, then this country is doomed, because that's how dangerous his policies were. And that's the reason he wanted him to fail. In the immortal words of Rush Limbaugh, I'm gonna fucking say it right here, right now. When it comes to young Ripa, I want him to fail. Yes, write that shit in stone. I want him to fail. Yeah, this was originally about a bad comic book, me giving a bad review to a bad comic book. But we're far, far, far beyond that now. I want to see him fucking fail. Yes, for a whole multitude of reasons. The first fucking reason being that him and his fucking fan base are fucking trash. That's first and foremost. That's the first and foremost reason why I want that piece of shit to fail. Him and his fans are fucking garbage. Yep. No fucking joke. He's bad for indie comics. Yep. He's poison. He's poisoned the fucking well is what he's done. I think he might be controlled opposition, an actual controlled opposition leftist. And his mission is to poison the well. Put out some of the shittiest fucking comic books possible and have that be the benchmark for indie comics. Like, oh, this is the new benchmark now. Like, if your comic book doesn't make multiple millions of dollars and isn't like this or whatever, then you're considered a failure. All you have to do is look at how they treat Vito. Vito's comic made over $75,000. Anybody who's familiar with independent comics knows that's actually a fucking very, very healthy sum right there. But young Ripa made millions of dollars. So unless now the window has shifted. Now, unless your comic book campaign makes at least 6 figures, wow, you ain't shit now. You ain't true indie comics. Like, yeah, young Ripa is poison. He's poisoned the fucking well. He's bad for indie comics. All you have to do is look at how fucking cucked his fan base is. Like, you really want this fan base associated with indie comics? Like, most of them don't even read comics. They have no idea what a good comic book is. Like, yeah, we do not need these people around. Yeah, look, brackets. Sounds like Ethan too have kind of come out against Ripa. Yeah, Rackets in the beginning, he fucking came out and just blasted all of these fucking cucked geeks and gamers, Friday Night Tights types. Like, he knows he's gonna be fucking excoriated by them because they're all on board with Ripa. All these fucking people with the big platforms that promoted that piece of shit, knowing his book was garbage, and he's the only one they're promoting. Yeah, him and maybe Graham Nolan every once in a while, an ex-industry professional, whatever. Yeah, you'll never see any true independence being promoted by those people. Let's put it that way. Yeah, but Rackets, he came out during his 7-hour live stream and just kind of fucking threw them under the bus. Eric too, talking about how Eric is racist towards his white fans and all that shit. Yeah, let's go ahead and listen to it.
But you're going to, I already know, you and your fucking faggot little posse of race baiting SJW Marvel cocksucking pieces of shit are going to come out and be like, this racist motherfucker. You're the most racist people on the goddamn planet. I'll do blackface every fucking day because racism is fake. It's fake, brother. Except when you hate white people who don't even bully you, but let you bully yourself. Fuck you. Fuck your gay campaign. I hope ISOM makes $1 million I really do. Wait, 10 million. I don't know what it's made. 2.3 million. I hope ISOM number 3 makes $10 million. I really do. But not because of you, not because you're black, not because you're a successful black businessman. I hope ISOM makes $10 million because I want the parallel economy to succeed. And the saddest fucking shit on the planet is that you're the captain of the parallel economy Titanic. And when you hit the iceberg, I will not cry. I'll just hope that everyone else succeeds. I want your campaign to succeed because I want everyone else to fail. I want Marvel to fail, DC to fail because they hate their customers. But brother, your fans and you hate your customers. Particularly, they hate your white customers. They hate your white customers more than Marvel does. And that is gross. That is disgusting. You're wrong on Riley. You're wrong on your charity shit. You're wrong on your fucking retarded lawyers' opinions who have not, for some reason, despite you claiming retardedly that your business is private. Well, you mean in a legal sense? Yeah, because that's the only sense where privacy matters. There's no other sense where privacy matters but the legal sense, you fucking retard. If you do not post that people cannot come in and you do not make a gate where they cannot come in, then you know what? They can. Everybody ever can come in. They can all jerk off in your parking lot because you don't fucking own it. An LLC in Plano, Texas owns it. You don't. You're leasing the space.
Yeah, dark rackets is best rackets. Dark rackets is best rackets indeed. He's still Baldo Cuckins, Lord of the Beta Males, though. Let's never forget that. Yeah, I'm sick of all this anti-white bullshit. Not just anti-white, but it's anti-straight white male. Anti-straight white male who happens to be of the political persuasion, anywhere to the political right of Vladimir Lenin himself, basically. Yep. Is Eric July actually a controlled opposition leftist? Could be. Yeah, the funny part is, anybody who's been following Big Daddy, as I've been doing all of these videos about Eric July, knows that I have basically called all of this fucking shit from the very fucking beginning, all of it. I remember I made the parable about Los Pepes and Pablo Escobar, about Pablo Escobar, the famous Colombian drug lord, about how he was so vicious, so fucking evil, and made so many enemies. What happened was eventually all of the enemies that he made banded together and created their own gang called Los Pepes. And the gang was so fierce and they were so much more powerful than Pablo Escobar's group that they eventually crushed Pablo Escobar himself. But it wasn't just Los Pepes. Like the Americans got involved. They sent Delta Force and shit. The Colombian police fucking went all in. He basically had heat from every fucking angle. Yeah, and that's basically what's going on with Young Rippa right now. We see a vast coalition of trolls have all come together against him. Yeah, they're going out and visiting the fucking graveyard, the gravesite of Esau Knox himself. Yep, his great-great-grandpappy, the one that he named his comic after. They coming after my grandpappy. Y'all better not take a shit on the grave. Yeah, I listened to Young Rippa's response. He did a video, a 5-minute video. Boy, he sounded like he was about ready to cry. Oh my God. Like, all the dude did was just left a stuffed bunny there and a stuffed turtle. Like, what are you going to do once Riley goes there and films him and Mint Salad having sex on top of the fucking grave? Like, how are you going to feel when that happens, motherfucker? Jesus Christ. They're going to put it up on their Fansly, too. Yeah, how are you going to feel when you see Riley's semen drizzling down Esau Knox's gravestone? How is that going to fucking make you feel? If you almost cried when the dude put the fucking stuffed animals at the gravestone, how are you going to feel when Riley comes on it? Think about that, you stupid fucking ape. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God, it's going to be epic.
Oh, you didn't know? Yo ass better call somebody. Yeah, Riley is going out to visit that gravestone. Yeah, he might be there already. Yeah, word on the street is Riley fucking was going to pop in his vehicle and drive out to the gravestone and pay it a visit. What he's going to do once he gets there, I have no idea. Maybe him and Mint Salad will film a porno on the gravesite. Maybe they won't. Maybe he'll ejaculate onto the gravestone. Maybe he'll take a shit on the grave. We'll see. We'll fucking see. This is Riley, after all, and we never fucking know. I mean, he's kind of like an animal in the wild. Like, he's unpredictable. You just don't know what he's going to do. He should have never fucking struck his goddamn parody merch site. Yeah, sometimes you fuck around and accidentally unleash the Kraken, as the old saying goes. Yep. That's what happened. Eric fucked around and he summoned the Kraken. Yeah, speaking of summoning, I talked earlier about how I have the Ouija board here. Maybe we will bust out this Ouija board and see if we can summon a spirit. They say that you're not supposed to mess around with Ouija boards. It's kind of a bad thing. You might open a doorway, and once that door is opened, there's no turning back, as the old saying goes. Yeah, I'm a little bit superstitious when it comes to that kind of thing. I only messed around with a Ouija board a few times. Every time I messed around with one, something has happened. The last time I messed around with one, Testify HD was summoned. The time before that, I was a child. And, well, I didn't mess around with it directly, but my brother and his friends did. You see, there was a certain legend associated with a bridge that was in this certain part of town. And the bridge was abandoned, but there was an area under the bridge where you can kind of open a door that led to a crawl space inside of the bridge. And the legend was that there was a woman who murdered her husband with a hatchet, and she fled, and she ran off and hid, and she supposedly lived in that crawl space in the bridge. They called her Old Lady Hatchet. But this happened like a long time ago, back in the 1800s, so they say that she was dead. But her spirit still haunted the fucking bridge inside that little crawl space or whatever. So anyway, my brother and his friends decided they were going to take a Ouija board and they were going to go over to the bridge and go over to that crawl space, open the door, and they were going to bust out the Ouija board and they were going to conduct a seance and they were going to summon the spirit of Old Lady Hatchet. And I tried to talk them out of it. Oh my God. They didn't listen to me though. Yeah, anyway, we get there and one of my brother's friends, he tries to act all cocky or whatever. So he starts peeing all over the doorway or whatever, challenging Old Lady Hatchet. Anyway, they open the door and I can see just the darkness inside of that little crawl space area. Anyway, they get to the Ouija board there and they put it down on the ground and they're getting ready to do the seance or whatever. And I know this is a bad thing, that you should not be doing this. I was trying to talk them out of it. And the very second they put their hands on the planchette, because everybody's got to put their hands on the planchette and then the planchette moves around or whatever. The very second they put their hands on the planchette, I heard the most ungodliest, most demonic scream I had ever heard in my life emanating from inside of that fucking crawl space. Like I couldn't even replicate it if I wanted to. It was like sound like the gates of hell had been opened up and you just hear like this demonic screams or whatever. Anyway, after I heard that, I ran like a bat out of hell. I fucking just booked it out of there as fast as I could. As far and as I got, about a half mile away, finally turned around. And I saw my brother and all of his friends, they were all following behind me like they were running too. And they finally caught up and like everybody was all catching their breath. I'm like, did you guys hear that? And like, hear what? We saw you running and we all just ran too. And turns out none of them heard the scream. I was the only one that heard the fucking scream. They just saw me run like a bat out of hell and they got scared and they fucking ran too. And they didn't even, I was the one who heard the scream and ran, but none of them heard the scream. They ran because I ran, whatever. I'm like, really? None of you heard that scream? Are you serious? I'm like, no, what are you talking about? There was no scream. Yeah, they told me right then and there. I think I was a little bit more sensitive. And none of them were taking it seriously. Like, I was the only one who was taking it seriously. I think that was the reason why I was the one that sensed it. Anybody who's messed around with Ouija boards knows there's they're not always benevolent spirits that come through. Let's put it that way. All right. You know what? We're going to do it. We're going to fucking bust the Ouija board out and we're going to see if we're going to summon a demon. But before that happens, we pour a little bit more liquor here. One more shot. Oh, yeah, my friend. We'll take a little shot of moonshine and we're going to see if we can summon a spirit. Moonshine, baby. You know what? Fuck it. Let's take a double shot. We're messing around with dark forces after all. You never be too fucked up. Booyah. All right. Now we ready. All right. We got the Ouija board out. All right. Here we go. I got the planchette. Nothing's happening. Oh, wait. Nope. No, the planchette is moving. Oh, shit. It is moving. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. It's spinning around. It's spinning around real fast. What the fuck? 6. What the fuck? 6. The planchette keeps going to 666. This isn't good. I think I might have accidentally opened a portal here. Oh, wait a minute. Could it be? It looks like we got a guest in the back room, guys. I think I might have fucked around and actually summoned a fucking spirit. I'll be damned. It looks like I did summon a spirit. Isom Knox, welcome to the show. What do you got to say, my friend?
It's pronounced Isom, you whole-ass cracker. I've come back from the land of the dead for a message for all your whole-ass haters be talking shit about my great-great-grandboy. I come here to do 2 things. Slap my nuts on the table and bitch slap crack-smoking whole-ass crackers. And I'm all out of tables to slap my nuts on. You hear me, you crispy, crunchy, crackety-ass whole-ass cracker?
Now, I gotta shut that shit down right now. Boy, I can see where young Rippa gets his attitude. Jesus Christ. You talk about an uppity fucking ninja. Coming back from the land of the dead. Try to talk smack to Big Daddy. Who the fuck do you think you are, you piece of fucking shit? Try to fucking talk smack to me. I'm Big Daddy. I know what is best in life, you stupid fuck. Your fucking hoe-ass grandson, too. I'll fucking bitch slap both of you motherfuckers. I'll pull your fucking spirit out of the fucking hell and just bap, bap, bitch slap you, you motherfucker. Try to talk shit to me. Hoe-ass motherfucker. Try to get uppity with Big Daddy. I'll put the fucking lash to your ass. What do you got to say about that, Isom Knox?
Up ahead, triple threat. I be picking cotton and I be eating the cornbread. Ninja what? They wrap you in a label. I came was able to slap your nuts on the motherfucking table. I cut that chitter chatter and all that jibber jabber. Nuts on the table, whole ass cracker. Nuts on the table, whole ass cracker, whole ass cracker. Getting beatings from my master. Whole ass cracker, whole ass cracker.
Oh, hell no. Try to come on Big Daddy show, challenge Big Daddy to a rap battle? Think you could one-up Big Daddy? Oh, no. If anybody's going to be entertaining the fucking audience with song, it's going to be Big Daddy, not you, you motherfucker. Yep. Looks like old Esau Knox can flow a little bit better than his fucking grandson, or great-great-grandson, I will say that much. Yep. Looks like there are some things that skip generations, I guess. I raping you and your brobo. Ain't no homo. Oh, no. No homo. I raping you and your bro. Or whatever that fucking gay-ass line was. I mean, you talk about the gayest line ever used in rap. It was used by Young Rippa. Yep. No homo. I raping you and your bro. Like, wait, what? You're having homosexual relations with a couple of men? Like, this is about the most gayest fucking rap I've ever heard. Yep. I wonder if Esau Knox was a homosexual as well. He passed that gay gene on to his great-great-grandboy. Yep. Yeah, it's not looking good for your great-great-grandboy there, Esau. Yeah, he's currently embroiled in a massive lawsuit with the church. International School of Ministry. Yep. Looks like he's decided to fight them too, which means he's going to end up bankrupting himself. And yeah, he's basically hit himself with the 5-point palm exploding heart technique, but he's too stupid to understand it or realize it. Yeah, as Jim Morrison would say, this is the end, my only friend, the end. The only chance in hell he would have is to somehow prove that the name Esau was used in commerce first, in much the same way that Ethan Van Sciver was able to keep the Comicsgate trademark by proving that he used the word Comicsgate in commerce first with his Comicsgate live streams. And he was able to find that loophole and be able to get it that way. So if somehow Young Rippa could figure out a way to convince the courts that his family name was used in commerce first, maybe, just maybe, he can slip in there with a loophole and actually beat these motherfuckers. But the only question is, how could he actually come up with a defense like that? I have no fucking clue. Maybe you could help me here, Esau Knox. Do you have any advice for your great-grandboy when it comes to this court case that he's currently embroiled in? Do you have any advice for him?
I have very, very important information regarding my great-great-grandboy's court case, and it pertains to my past. You see, like my father and his father before him, we was kings. But then I was taken and sold into slavery, and my new master, Reginald Masterson IV, decided to rename me. For you see, Esau Knox is actually my slave name. My real name was Isaconta Cox. Anyway, my master Masterson beat me all the time, and eventually got tired of me and sold me to another master, Giuseppe Gesualdi. He was the owner of a New Orleans brothel. For 12 years I was a sex slave, pleasuring Southern gentlemen. 'Twas a life that I had grown rather fond of. What does all of this have to do with my great-great-grandboy's case, you may ask? Well, when Master Masterson sold me to Master Gesualdi, that was technically the first time that the name Esau was used in commerce on American soil, thus giving my great-great-grandboy the most legal claim upon the motherfucking name. These what it is. Know what I'm saying, ho ass cracker?
Well. I'll be damned. Who saw that one coming? Maybe Young Rippa does have a case after all. Well, I have no fucking clue. I mean, I'm not a lawyer or anything. I mean, maybe Lucien Dubois VII could come out there and spin that one and somehow win the case. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, old Esom Knox could be like his great-great-grandboy too, and just be completely full of shit and think he knows about shit that he has no fucking clue about. That could also be the case. But if it is the case, would young Ripa be willing to go there? Would his lawyers actually be willing to go there? That's the question. If his great-great-grandpappy's name was used in commerce first because he was sold as a slave, does that give young Ripa most rights to the name? Only the court will know. Yeah, maybe we'll do the trial too. Big Daddy reenacts that one, like how he did with the infamous Preston Poulter trial. That still hasn't happened yet. Yeah, like I said, these fucking trademark cases take years, and you got to pay your fucking lawyers. So unless your comics are constantly pulling in lots and lots of money, which, I mean, you look at between ESOM 1 and 2, there was a huge diminishing return as far as buyers go. And ESOM 2, by every metric of everything, is a lot worse than the first one, which means he's probably going to lose at least half as many more buyers from the second one, which means ESOM 3 may make, fucking maybe 900,000 at the most. Between 800,000 and 1.1 million, maybe. Yeah, we'll see. We'll fucking see. If it's even named ESOM by then. Like I said this before, he's going to lose this fucking case. Everything with that name on it is going to be ordered destroyed. And at the end of the day, this is going to bankrupt him. That's what's going to fucking happen. But maybe, just maybe, if his lawyers truly are rock star lawyers, they can play the slave defense and possibly win. We'll see. They may have to bust out the goddamn Ouija board and summon the fucking spirit of Esom Knox himself so he can testify. We'll see. Like Rashomon, they have the fucking ghost testify. Oh my god. Well, you talk about a lol suit and a half. Yeah, well, at least Nick Rekida's got something he can grift off of for the next several years. Yep. Let's just hope that they televise the fucking thing. My god. If they televise the thing, oh my god, it'd be so perfect. Yeah, I want him to fail. I want him to fail. He's bad for indie comics. He's fucking poison. Him and his fucking fans. For real. Yeah, shit. Fuck, we're over 2 hours. Should I end the stream or should I keep going? I don't know. Maybe I'll take a little break and I'll come back and decide where to take this fucking stream. Because I've still got some shit to talk about. Just a few things. Still got to talk some shit about EVS and Comicsgate. Yeah, busted out the Ouija board and we fucking summoned the spirit of Esom Knox himself. Young Ripa's great-great-grandpappy. Some revelations, too. His former masters. Did you catch that? Master Masterson and Master Giswaldi? That would be so fucking hilarious if Dick and Vito's ancestors actually owned Eric's ancestor. Wouldn't that be fucking hilarious? Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah. I think we're going to go ahead and take a little break. I might come back, rant and rave a little bit more. And maybe we'll close out the show. Maybe I'll throw the fucking Streamyard's link out. See if I get a guest. We'll see. Yeah, when you find yourself in times of sorrow, Mother Mary comes to thee. Speak words of wisdom. Let it be. Let it be.
Oh, when I find myself in times of trouble, and Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. In my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. In my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, now let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. When the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. Though they may be parted, there is still a chance they will see. Love will be the answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, now let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine on till tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music, and Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, now let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. When the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. But though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. Love will be the answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, now let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
All right, and we're back. Yeah, we've hit that 2-hour mark, and normally we end the show right around the 2-hour mark, but I've got a nice little buzz tacked on, and we'll fucking keep ranting and raving. Fuck it, why not? Maybe we'll hit the 3-hour mark. Who knows? We'll see. Fuck it, let's keep going. Yeah, what the fuck's been going on in the world of comics, Gabe? We talked a little Rippaverse and some revelations, summoned a fucking demon. I think it was a demon. It was some sort of a spirit. I don't know if it was a malevolent entity, if he came from the depths of hell, if he came from heaven. I don't know. But Esau Knox himself, young Rippa's great-great-grandpappy, graced the show with his presence, revealed some revelations. His true name was Isakunta Cox. Yeah, it turns out Esau Knox was actually his slave name. He might have actually been owned by Dick and Vito's ancestors. Esau was used in commerce first in the slave trade, so Eric possibly has an out there to where he can possibly beat the church. Yeah, there's been a lot of revelations. It's been a hell of a show thus far.
Yeah, a dark spirit. That's what he was. Well, if you just want to count his skin color, I guess you call him a dark spirit. That's racist. Yeah, I've been called a racist so many times by young Ripa fucking supporters. The word has lost all meaning. It's like the left using the word Nazi or the right using the word pedophile. The words have lost all meaning whenever those people use it. Whenever a young ripatard calls you a racist, it means nothing. The word means nothing. And for the record, I am not a racist. I hate everybody equally. I'm a misanthropist. Get it right. Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Comicsgate. I guess they were going after PTP. Patrick Thomas Parnell. Not just PTP, but Mr. Biggins, I guess. He was catching some heat, too. Because he's decided to throw his lot in with PTP. Because they're both degenerates. Might go into BDSM sex dungeons, I guess. No, I don't know. But I guess it all started when fucking... Now listen to this. I mean, the audacity of these motherfuckers. It just blows my fucking mind. But in a way, it makes perfect sense. But anyway, I guess there's a comic convention coming up. I forget in which state. But what happened was Ethan Van Sciver, John Malin, and Shane Davis decided that they're going to set up a crowdfund sometime in November to crowdfund them being able to go attend this comic convention. Like, wait, what the fuck does that mean exactly? It means they want Comicsgate to pay for their fucking plane tickets and their goddamn hotel fees and all that shit to get them out there so they can go whatever, you know? It's like, wait a minute. The Comicsgate Kings and all those people? Yes, that's what I'm talking about. But don't they make six figures on their fucking campaigns? Like, don't they make like money? Like the type of money to where they don't have to work, you know, secondary jobs. Like this is their primary job, just making comics and being supported by Comicsgate. You're telling me they don't have enough money to fund their own plane tickets and hotel fees and all that and table expenses? Yeah, I guess. These motherfuckers are so broke, I guess, that they have to crowdfund their expenses to go out to a fucking comic book convention. And anyway, PTP, Patrick Thomas Parnell, had the audacity to call them out on it. And boy, John Malin decided to fucking shit his pants like a baby and throw a huge fit. And Ethan Van Sciver, since he's not a real leader, he's a follower pretending to be a leader, kind of just followed John's lead and threw PTP under the bus too. Mr. Biggins as well. Mr. Biggins is a fucking whale too. You don't want to fucking throw Mr. Biggins under the bus. I mean, a guy that will spend, you know, money on one of your campaigns. I mean, shit, this stupid motherfucker, didn't he spend like $2,000 or something on one of Anna's fucking pictures or something like that? I mean, shit, if you're all about money, if you covet money so much, then you don't want to throw Mr. Biggins under the bus. But that's what he did. Yeah. PTP had the audacity to call them out on their grift. Yep. And John Malin, I saw him get up there and try to EFAP PTP and just stammered his way through an EFAP and like I don't get it. Like, defend what he's saying, John Malin. Why do you guys need to crowdfund money in order to go to this convention? And I guess they're talking about having certain stretch goals and shit. And you want to know what one of the stretch goals was? To have Anna come out to the convention. Yes, Anna was a stretch goal. Anytime you hear Anna and stretch goal together in the same sentence, you're like, holy shit, am I getting ready to watch a fucking video on Pornhub? What the fuck? Like, no. Not yet, at least. Not yet. Like I said, if there's any motherfucking cunt destined for Pornhub, it's Anna. Oh yeah, she's destined for Pornhub. Destined. Yeah, but after Pornhub,
She's gonna go do donkey shows in Tijuana. That's what's gonna happen afterwards. But I digress. Yeah, where were we going with this? But yeah, Comic Skate funding a fucking trip to go to these to a convention or whatever, and they don't have enough money to fund it themselves apparently because they're too fucking broke, I guess. Fuck! What a joke! What a fucking joke! Yeah, you want to know the difference between Big Daddy and a comic skater? Let me fucking break it down for you. This is the difference between real men and little boys pretending to be men. I'm gonna fucking break it down for you. You want to know the difference between Big Daddy and a comic skater? If Big Daddy wants to do a comic, he's gonna pay out of his own pocket to get that fucking comic done. A comic skater will put out his hand and beg for money like a fucking bum. Like a fucking bum. Only then can they get their comic done. They gotta beg like a bum. That's the difference between Big Daddy and a comic skater. Big Daddy is a real man. Comic skaters are fucking bums who beg for money. That's the difference. I'm a better man than you, Ethan. I'm a fucking better man than you are. You're a bum is what you are. You're a fucking bum. You stick your hand out and you beg for money. That's called being a bum. You do understand that, right, Ethan? When you stick your hand out and you beg for money, that makes you a bum. Yeah, I'm a better man than you are, Ethan. I'm a fucking better man than you are. Deal with it, punk. You're a bum. You're a fucking bum. Sticking your hand out begging for fucking money. And you draw your own fucking shit, too. It's not like you have to pay a fucking writer. No. You draw your own shit. Who do you pay? Kyle Ritter, your colorist? Yeah, without Kyle Ritter, what would your fucking work look like? I wonder. Yeah, without Moose and Kyle Ritter carrying your fucking ass, what would your fucking work look like? Huh? Punk bitch. I wonder. I fucking wonder. Yeah, you better pay that fucking vape pen sticking up his ass motherfucker as much bonus money as you can to keep him on payroll. If Kyle Ritter ever decided to leave your ass and start doing his own thing, like, who are you going to hire then? You can't bring Moose back into the fold. Yeah, you already burned that bridge. Yep. What a fucking joke. Ethan wishes he had Young Rippa status where people were talking about his fucking comic, scanning it to 4chan, having in-depth discussions about the character, the plot, and all that. Nope. Nobody even gives a shit. Nobody gives a fucking shit enough to even scan it to the fucking internet. Yep. The most saddest fate that could ever befall a comic book is to become a Comic Skate comic. No fucking joke. Even at the highest upper echelons, even if you gain Ethan Van Sciver status, nobody's even going to bother to read your fucking book. It's just going to sit on a fucking shelf and collect dust because the people who bought it think that it's going to be a collector's item one day. They don't give a shit about the story. All that time and effort you put into it, and all that work, and they didn't even bother to fucking look at it. How does that make you feel, Ethan? You fucking cuck. You piece of fucking shit. How does it make you feel? Huh? How does that make you feel? I bet it makes you feel empty inside. That's why you wish somebody would fucking scan your shit, post it to 4chan. That way people can start talking about the characters, the story, the same way they're talking about Eric's characters and story. But nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. That's got to be the fucking worst feeling a person could have. All that time, effort, and work you put into that book and nobody even bothered to fucking read it. Yeah, that's got to sting. It's got to sting a little bit, at least. Oh, yeah. Where are we going with this? Yeah, Ethan is definitely on that fucking list. If he wasn't on that list before, he definitely is now. Now that he's kind of come out against Ripa, gone on the Geek Getaway twice and thrown shade on him. Then going on Rackets here recently and e-fapping the goddamn ISOM minister and all that shit. Yeah, they e-fapped Ripa's response video to the email, then the ISOM minister's response video to the response video. I mean, this is like some true WWE shit, where people are like cutting promos against each other and shit. Like, fuck yes, I love it. I fucking love it. It's only a matter of time this motherfucker bankrupts himself by trying to fight these motherfuckers. All he had to do was simply eat crow, understand and realize he fucked up, and just simply change the name. And then do a reboot, make even more money the next time around by issuing a new first issue. But no, he's too fucking stupid. Too fucking stupid. Got the brain of a fucking chimpanzee, a fucking ape. Of course he's too fucking stupid to understand and realize that he can maximize his fucking profits. He's been giving a fucking opportunity to profit max, but he's gonna throw it away because he's too fucking stupid. He's got too much pride. There's a reason why pride is one of the 7 deadly sins. He's gonna have to learn a fucking hard lesson. Indeed, he's gonna have to fucking learn a hard lesson. Yeah, I just wonder what his rock star lawyers have been advising this motherfucker. Because you got to understand the nature of how lawyers are, especially certain types of lawyers that just are all about the money. Like if they think that they can get involved in a trial that's going to last several years, even if they know they're going to lose, they're going to advise their client to go ahead and get into that trial because they're going to make money off of it. All you got to do is look at what Rackets did with Vic Mignogna, hooking him with Ty Beard and all that shit. Knowing what an incompetent fucking buffoon Ty Beard was. And Rackets was going to milk that shit through super chats. And the only fucking winner in that entire situation was Rackets. Because he made all that money through the fucking super chats. Yeah, maybe that's what Rackets is. Maybe that's his ultimate play. He sees how much money could be made through the super chats, so he's going to play the drama angle. Like this whole Young Ripa bullshit, this Young Ripa lawsuit is going to be his new Vic Mignogna lawsuit. He's going to fucking stick his blood funnel in there and just suck that shit dry for as much as he can. Yeah, you know Rackets. He's all about that money. Him and Ethan, too. Yeah, I mean, who didn't see this one coming, though? Ethan turning on Young Ripa. I mean, that's kind of his thing, you turn on people. And plus, both their egos are too big to fit in the same sphere. Yeah, Ethan loves it more than anybody else, I bet, seeing what's going on with Young Ripa right now. Yep. Yeah, it's funny because everybody, I mean everybody, is saying what Big Daddy had already said a long time ago. And everybody knows that Big Daddy had said it because the goddamn Ripaverse goalpost had clipped me and posted me and amplified my voice. And what I said was he was given a blessing in disguise. He can reboot, have a new #1, all that, give him a new suit and all that shit. And slowly I hear everybody saying this, that this is what he needs to do. I've heard Ethan say it. I've heard Shane Davis say it. I've heard Liam say it. Like everybody is saying what Big Daddy has already said. Now that's the one good thing about the Ripaverse goalposts. They've amplified Big Daddy's voice to a point where Big Daddy talking points have now become main fucking stream. Who was the first one to use the term Ripatard? Who? It was Big Daddy. It was fucking Big Daddy. And now the term Ripatard is now mainstream. Yep. No single entity has done more advertising for the Big Daddy show than the Ripaverse goalposts. Oh, yes. And like that, whoosh, the seeds have been planted into the fucking cultural zeitgeist. Big Daddy goes. And then like that, Big Daddy talking points are starting to become mainstream with all of these motherfuckers. Yeah, people are making fun of him about being being raised by a single mother, people making fun of his intelligence, people are slowly starting to toe the line about the race and all that shit. It's only a matter of time till people start calling him a ninja, but not ninja, with a hard fucking R. And it's just going to be normalized. Only a matter of fucking time. And it's all because of Big Daddy. Well, it's all because of Rip Reverse Goalposts. Because without Rip Reverse Goalposts amplifying my voice, no one would even know who Big Daddy was. Let's put it that way. Good old Rip Reverse Goalposts. Yeah, people are starting to call out the goalposts too. At first, it was Ethan's new account. A lot of people think that it's actually Ethan behind the account, but I don't think it's Ethan. I actually think it's his wife. Because whoever's behind the new all caps whatever is actually way more intelligent than Ethan. Like, Ethan is out there on Twitter, I'm sure, but he's using a different alt. Because you don't just simply give up Twitter when you're addicted to it as Ethan was. No, I'm sure he's out there with an alt somewhere, but I don't think it's the all caps alt. I think that's actually his wife. Yeah, but it was first the all caps fucking comics Twitter whatever that came out and called out Rip Reverse Goalposts, saying that it's actually toxic and it's bad for young Rippa and bad for the community because it amplifies the voices of his haters without any sort of rebuttal. And that's the one thing I fucking love the most, because they would amplify my voice but have absolutely no rebuttal to anything I said. Like that whole thing I talked about, how you cannot have a secret identity and also not wear a mask. It's paradoxical. There was no rebuttal to any of that. Nobody had a rebuttal to that. The closest rebuttal there was to, oh, look, Superman. What about Superman? Like, Superman? Are you fucking kidding me? Superman? Clark Kent is Superman's mask. That is his fucking mask. Superman is who he really is. Clark Kent is the mask. Throwing on a pair of glasses and all that shit and acting like a normie. I mean, Superman is kind of a comedy, whatever, anybody who's familiar with the old school comic anyway. Trying to compare Esom to Superman. That was the only fucking comparison they had. It's just, they're so fucking retarded, they have no idea how retarded they truly are. Ripitards. Yep. The term has become normalized. I fucking love it. Yeah, they worship money. They're all about that fucking paper. Doesn't matter if the story's good. The only thing that matters is how much money it made. As Mark Hamill would say. Riley wrote messages on the money. He defaced federal currency. That's a crime. Fucking cucks. Same people that want to do away with the Federal Reserve harping on Riley for defacing money. I remember one time when those new $100 bills first came out, when they looked like Monopoly money. They were kind of bluish looking. They had the stripe going down it or whatever. You know the ones. Anyway, when those new $100 bills first came out way back in the day, what I did was I took a Sharpie and I wrote on the fucking $100 bill. And you want to know what I wrote? This is your God. That's what I wrote. Kind of like a meme, so to speak. And anybody who got that $100 bill would see that message written on there. This is your God. And I was just hoping somehow that would, if it changed just one heart, one mind, then mission accomplished. Yeah, but I didn't know at the time that I was actually committing a federal crime by doing that. This is your God. You know what that's from, right? They Live. The John Carpenter classic. Whenever Rowdy Roddy Piper put on the fucking glasses and could see things for what they really are, he looked at the money, and you want to know what was written on the money? It was just blank paper with one statement. This is your God. Yep. You can serve Mammon or you can serve God, but you cannot serve both. As the old saying goes, Mammon. It's just a churched up form of saying money. That's what it means.
Young Ripa and his fans, they serve Mammon. They don't serve God. They serve Mammon. They're all about mummy. I say mummy. The mummy. No, money. The paper money you'll make. Yeah, the International School of Ministry is a charitable organization. They're all about charity. They do not want themselves associated with that fucking shit. A group of people who worship Mammon. No, this is the exact opposite of what the church is all about. He's going to lose the case. He's going to fucking lose the case. And ultimately, as the trial goes on, he's going to get bankrupted through his lawyer fees. Yep. That's what's going to fucking happen. And when the smoke clears and the dust settles, he's going to be ordered to destroy everything with the name Esau written on it. That's what's going to happen. Unless somehow his rock star lawyers can convince the judge and jury that the name Esau was first used in commerce during the slave trade with his great-great-grandpappy Esau Knox. That's the only fucking chance he's got. Is he willing to play that card? I don't know. We'll see. We'll fucking see. Yep. I was talking about the Comicsgate a little bit earlier about John Malin going after PTP and all that shit. Turns out it's a little bit deeper than that. Like, Malin already didn't like PTP for, PTP coming out and doing his stream where he kind of tried to distance himself from Comicsgate. Like, look, I'm Comicsgate myself, Patrick Thomas Parnell, but my company, Riot Press, well, we're not Comicsgate. You see, we're not Comicsgate, not Riot Press. But me, personally, I am Comicsgate. Or something like that. And Malin didn't like that. But anyway, Malin really, really didn't like PTP after a certain comic convention in Tampa Bay, where I guess, like the Pied Piper leading the children off into the fucking wherever, never to be seen again. I guess what happened was Cecil of all people, led a group of comic skaters off to a BDSM sex dungeon in Tampa after one of their cons. And ever since then, Malin has kind of like been out for the people that went to that BDSM sex dungeon, and it's kind of been on his shit list. And I guess PTP was one of the people on the list. Like, Cecil was the one who led them there, but somehow Cecil gets a free pass. Like, Cecil, it's okay. No, PTP, fuck PTP. Renee, fuck Renee. Narwhal, fuck Narwhal. Yeah, I guess all of these comic skaters went to the fucking dungeon following Cecil. Narwhal and Renee being amongst them. No one really knows exactly what happened, but yeah, there's a lot of lore that surrounds the BDSM sex dungeon, I guess. Word on the street is, now you didn't hear it from Big Daddy, but word on the street is that they ran train on Renee. That's what happened. Oh, Rennie got a train ran on her. That's what happened. Yep, she got tied up, whipped. Then one by one, the men used her body to pleasure themselves. Yep. She got turned into a sex slave for a night. Word on the street. Whether it actually happened, I have no idea. It's something that Comicsgate doesn't really want to talk about. It's kind of a taboo subject with Comicsgate. You ask somebody on Twitter, so what exactly happened with the BDSM sex dungeon? Somebody tell me the story. You'll get nothing. Silence. Crickets. Same thing when you ask in the chat. Somebody tell me the story. What happened exactly with this BDSM sex dungeon? With Narwhal and Renee and PTP and Cecil and all these other people that went there. Like, I don't actually have the full story myself. Like, if anybody out there knows the full story of the lore, please let me know in the comments or in the chat. Exactly who followed Cecil to the BDSM sex dungeon, besides PTP, Narwhal, and Renee? Who? I wonder. And what exactly went down at the BDSM sex dungeon? Did they actually run train on Renee? I wonder. Somebody probably filmed it. You look in the background, you see your boy Zach was there. I was like, your boy Zach, are you kidding me? Turns out he never fucking stopped cooking out. Keep on cooking, baby. Keep on cooking, baby. As the old saying goes. Yeah, that's probably what we're doing. A whole lot of anal. Yeah, let's just hope that the same fate that befell Piper doesn't also befall poor Renee, if you know what I mean. Like, what are you talking about? Fate that befell Piper. Oh, you didn't know? Yo ass better call somebody. Yeah, I guess Piper used to do hardcore anal porn, like anal gangbangs, like all sorts of anal shit. She was an anal slut. Yeah, if she was a fictional character, she would have been the leading whore in Backdoor Sluts 9 from South Park. Let's put it that way. Yeah, but anyway, she took so many objects up the ass, both foreign and cock related, that I guess her whole anus got blown out to where to this day she has to have surgeries every year on her ass, or else her ass just falls apart and just just goes full zombie mode on her, Lucio Fulci style. Yikes! Yeah, that's the tale of Piper and her anus. But where were we going with this? Oh yeah, but the bottom line is maybe, just maybe, the same thing happened to Renee. She got fucking pounded up the ass so many times during that one night in Tampa that she herself will now have to have anal surgeries for the rest of her life, just like Piper. Such is the fate for any female in Comicsgate. It's going to happen to Anna one day. Just wait for it. Probably happen during her OnlyFans arc. Definitely will happen during her porn arc if it doesn't happen during the OnlyFans arc. Yep. It's the way it goes. Yeah, they actually had Anna on that fucking. They plan to have her as a stretch goal. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, if they all gonna fly Anna out there to a convention, you might as well just schedule the gangbang too. You want to have the gangbang with Anna? Here, pay this amount of money or whatever, and then come out to the convention. Or you talk about like a lodestone attracting all the fucking simps in CG. Jesus Christ. Lord Finatra himself will jump on his bike and drive out there. You fucking know it. Be the first one in line. I don't want no sloppy seconds. Yep. You'll be able to die a happy man after that one. Yeah, fuck, where are we going with this? Yeah, I want him to fail. He's bad for indie comics. Young Rippa, that is. Yeah, they never talk about the story or the characters or anything. All they talk about is all the money. Look at the money it's making. Yeah, Ethan had his buddy on here recently, Matt Martin, do another campaign for Snowman, some more variant covers or something. You know, I heard John Malin kind of throw Kelsey under the bus because he said that Kelsey's a freeloader. He doesn't come around near often enough. Freeloader, he called him. Like, freeloader? Like, at least Kelsey, we see him every once in a while. Like, how often do we see Matt Martin? Once every 2 to 3 years, whenever a campaign gets released or whenever a variant cover goes out, just so he come out and make money or whatever. You talk about a pathetic piece of fucking shit. Like, why isn't your book out yet, Matt Martin? What are you doing, drawing deviant furry art, you piece of fucking shit? You see him on there all quiet spoken and shit. Yeah, Ethan fucking carrying the water for that motherfucker. Yeah, Ethan probably sucked his dick behind the fucking pizza parlor once. And he's got all sorts of dirt on Ethan. This is the reason why he's campaigning the guy and promoting him. Even though anybody who looks at that fucking shit knows that the art is mediocre as fuck. And it's like, what, 2 years old or 2 years overdue? Like, why isn't this fucking shit out? Yeah, motherfucker's drawing furry deviant art, I bet. Matt Martin, what a fucking joke. All caps comic all-star. This is your god. Yeah, they worship money. You can serve mammon or you can serve God, but you cannot serve both. Rippaverse, Comicsgate, they serve mammon. They worship money. They fucking worship money. All the paper money you'll make. Yeah, stupid fucking Eric July. How could he not know that the word ESOM was already in use? How could he not know? Yeah, the funny part is if the church's lawyers could somehow prove that Eric was aware of the church's name but decided to use it anyway, that's going to be the thing that hurts him the most. And they can prove that too. They can go through Discovery, go through all of his internet records, see if he ever Googled it. Did you ever Google the name ESOM? Yes or no? He's going to be asked that on the fucking stand. And he's going to lie under oath and say that he didn't, even though he did. I almost fucking guarantee you that he Googled that shit. I guarantee fucking you he did. How could he not have? How could he not? Yes, I know this. I fucking know this. You want to know how I know this? Because I'm also making a fucking comic. Now, I almost fucked up. We got about 5 pages into development before I decided to Google search to see if the name I was going to choose was actually already in use. And it turns out the name was like, it was so many people were using the same name that I was going to use. I'm like, oh fuck, I can't use this name. So I had to change the name of my fucking comic 5 pages into development. And I had to change the name of the main character. But somehow I was capable of pulling it off. I almost fucked up. But, eventually I was going to do the Google search, obviously. And good thing I did it before we got too far into development. But even a big daddy, a dude who's like funding the shit out of pocket, doing it on a shoestring budget, if even Big Daddy was cognizant enough to do a Google search to make sure that the name I was going to use wasn't already taken, surely Eric July, basing his entire comic universe off of this thing, multi-million-dollar franchise, surely he is going to Google the fucking name first to see if it's used. Obviously he did. Obviously. He saw it was already in use. But he's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to do it anyway. Because he doesn't believe in IP law. He's even quoted as saying he doesn't believe in IP law. I almost guarantee you he fucking knew that the name was being used by the church, and he did it anyway. Yep. I fucking guarantee it. And once the church's lawyers can prove this, that's going to be the most damning thing of all. He willingly went ahead and did it, knowing that the name was already taken and trademarked. Yeah, he tried to trademark the word Rippaverse how many times? And he didn't bother to even Google the name ESOM? Bullshit. I'm fucking calling bullshit on that. Fucking bullshit. Yep. That boy is fucking crooked. Crooked as fuck. Committing fucking charity fraud. Yeah, it cost him in bulk $2.50 to print those fucking books. Selling to his fucking cuck audience for $17.50. Profiting $15 off of each book. And then when it's all said and done, he can do a tax write-off and get that $17.50 back from the government. Like, if you could do that, why wouldn't everybody do that? Everybody who sells comics, everybody who sells books, etc., etc. He's obviously committed some type of fraud, obviously. Yeah. if the charity doesn't fucking sue him into oblivion, then at some point somebody is going to get him for the fraud. You don't just get away with that shit. The federal government is eventually going to get him for that. Yeah, you remember old fucking Biden hired, what was it, close to 100,000 new fucking IRS agents? They're going to be looking for this kind of shit. If the church don't destroy him, the fucking federal government will. His days are fucking numbered. Rippaverse is over. It's fucking dead. They're just too stupid to understand it or realize it yet. For real. I speak the truth. Let's make your peace some other way. Speak the truth, or make your peace some other way. Yeah, yeah. Shit, my battery's low. I'm less than 5% battery. You know, we're going to rock it till the wheels fall off. Maybe, shit, 2 hours, 51 minutes. Yeah, we're going to see if we can maybe hit that 3-hour mark. We'll see. It's been a hell of a show. Yeah, Young Rippa, I called all this fucking shit. All of his fucking trolls were going to band together, start fucking trolling him en masse. Got people visiting the fucking grave of his great-great-grandpappy now. It might become like Mecca for trolls. That would be fucking hilarious. It's only a matter of time till Riley comes and visits there, and who knows what kind of shenanigans he's going to pull once he gets there. Yeah, I also called it that somebody within his inner circle was going to put the knife in his back and turn on him. I predicted it was going to be Ethan, but it turns out Rackus was the first one to do it. Ethan fucking kind of jumped on board afterwards. Yeah, he's starting to realize he backed the wrong horse in this race a little too late in the game, though. But eventually he did turn on him exactly as I fucking predicted. Yeah, he fucking poisoned Indy well, just like I said. Putting out a fucking garbage comic. Like, this is the new benchmark by which we judge indie comics now. This thing is fucking garbage. Oh, but it made a lot of money. And if your indie comic doesn't make as much money as this indie comic, well, then you ain't shit. Yeah, this fucker has poisoned the well. Terrible for indie comics. He's one of the worst fucking things that has ever happened to indie comics. Yeah, Big Daddy, I'm just one lone voice in the wilderness who gets amplified by Rippaverse goalposts, but there needs to be bigger dudes start fucking lampooning this motherfucker than myself. They're already starting to come out. Yeah, the fucking rip-off verse, whoever's running that account, this motherfucker has experience in the industry, if you know what I mean. You look at the production values of that shit. This motherfucker probably worked for crank yankers in the past. I wouldn't be in the least bit surprised. You see all of these AI deep fakes coming out lampooning the motherfucker. Yeah, Big Daddy, I was the one on the spear's tip of this shit. Rippaverse goalposts amplifying my voice, everybody hearing what I was saying. And all of a sudden, like that, Big Daddy talking points are starting to become mainstream. Everybody's starting to troll this piece of shit like the motherfucking lolcow he truly is. Yeah, like I said, Kiwi Farms has decided to treat this motherfucker like a sacred cow rather than a lolcow. So where can you find Young Rippa's lolcow thread? The Big Daddy channel, that's where. The channel where I lampoon Young Rippa. This is basically his unofficial lolcow thread. All of the videos that I do about him and all of the comments in my comment section. Yeah, it's basically Young Rippa's unofficial lolcow thread. Yeah, if you want to be a part of Young Rippa's unofficial lolcow thread, the only way, you got to subscribe to the Big Daddy channel. Or at least come tune in every day and see if I upload a video. I used to upload them every day. I need to start doing that again. I will once I start doing the ESOM 2 review. Boy, I'm really going to milk that motherfucker. Yeah, that's going to be a series and a half. Because I'll do the ESOM 2 review, retrospective. I'm going to recut it, do Big Daddy cut of ESOM 2.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a lot of good content coming down the pike, folks. Yeah, we just getting started. We just get fucking started. Yeah, he's gonna have Alpha Core and Yaira, Goody Nig, Isom 3. Like, if he keeps releasing these shitty books, literally, I'm gonna have content from now to the end of fucking time. Oh yeah. Well, that's just for my other channel. I don't want to turn that into solely what I'm all about. But on one of my channels, I'll dedicate to ripping on Young Rippa. And on other channels, I'll do other things. Like I said, I've got multiple channels. A troll of my caliber, you can't keep your trolling contained to just one channel. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Isom 2. Boy, it's going to be a fucking train wreck and a half. From everything that I've heard, it's much, much worse than the first one. And just by looking at the pages, I can already tell it's already a fucking dumpster fire. Yep, I can only imagine how I'm going to be able to cut the fucking thing to actually make it entertaining. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, we shall see. We shall see. Yep. Yeah, we ranted and raved quite a bit. We're almost at the 3-hour mark. I think we're going to close out the show, guys. Yeah, thanks for coming out. It's been a fun one. Yeah, Comicsgate, Rippaverse. You got a lot of false friends out there. Type of people who put a fucking knife in your back the first chance they get if they think that they'll get another inch of clout in this world. Type of people who got a lot of nerve to say that they're your friend. When you're down, they'll just sit there and grin at you. Those types. Alrighty, folks, we're gonna go ahead and close the stream out. We're gonna close out with a song. It's been a fun one. Thanks for coming out.
This fucking song plays. Maybe I got a beat I can go to. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You got a lot of nerve. Say you are my friend. When I was down, just there grinning. You got a lot of nerve. Say you got a helping hand to lend. Just to want to be on the side that's winning. Say I let you down. No, it's not like that. You're so hurt. Why then don't you show it? Say you lost your faith. That's not where it's at. Had no faith to lose, and you know it. I know the reason that you talk behind my back. Just to be among the crowd you're in with. Do you take me for such a fool that I admit I'm tagged? One who tries to hide what he don't know to begin with. See me on the street, always act surprised. Say how are you, good luck, you don't mean it. When you know as well as me, you'd rather see me paralyzed. Why don't you just come on out and scream it? No, I do not feel that good. See the heartbeats that you witness. I was a master thief, perhaps I'd rob them. And
Now I know you're dissatisfied with your position and your place. You understand, it's not my problem. I wish for just one time you could stand inside my shoes. Just for that one moment, I could be you. Yeah, I wish that for just one time stand inside my shoes. You know what a drag it is to see you